Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hello, skewers, and welcome to another RSG Wednesday night stream. The best goddamn longest running stream in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. Finn doesn't agree, but Finn's a dickhole. Nobody cares what he thinks. But welcome. It is hump day. Skewers, let me hear you out there in TV land, and let me know you're live out there in chat. Whip out your pickles, put in your poop-filled baby rangers, get it going, man. Oh, man. It's Wednesday. We're at Wednesday night. That means we're closer to the weekend, and it's time to party hardy. I am your host, Ranger J1999, part of the RSG crew. That mongoloid over there is the troll extraordinaire, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman. How's it going, Dr. Finn?
Good. And yourself?
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. So we got the mandatory greeting out of the way. Welcome, everybody, to our show. As I said, the longest running Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community live stream. We're getting close to 200, Finn. God, it makes me feel old. We've done almost 200 episodes of just this show alone. What is wrong with us?
Several things.
Yeah, so if we start listing them out, I think we might see some psychological problems in our lives.
Yes.
So, but shout out to all the skewers out there. We love you guys. Glad to have you here. We're here to talk about the latest and greatest of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and notes and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. And let's break down the format of how this is all going to play out. First of all, stop what you're doing. First of all, say hi in chat, whip out your pickles, do all that stuff. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe. That's the most important thing. Second, we will scoop up your questions, and there's a little caveat that tonight. So if you have a question and you want Finn to scoop it up, make sure you put question in front of your statement, or it's not going to get scooped up, and we're not going to catch it. Sorry, that's just the way it works. We have Nightbot, and that helps us filter the questions because doing a Q&A part is kind of hard. Also, we've got fun stuff that you can have fun with while we're streaming. We've got the super chat going, so if you'd like to start the donation train and fill Vader's cup of plenty, I have my own cup of plenty here of bourbon. Let me get some of that. And fill Vader's cup of plenty. Feel free to do so. You can go on Twitch if you're subbed over there and do funny little sound bits. If you want to donate in super chat, you can do $3 pledge, get some porgs in the cup. $3.01 to $20 get you those famous Rangeroo, Diaperoo, Poop-filled baby rangers falling from the sky with a baby with my head on it. And then last but not least, $20.01 or more gets you the pickle extravaganza. We all whip out our pickles. Pickles comes on the screen. We all start stroking and throwing our pickles around, singing, playing with our pickles. This is what we do here at RSG, and it fills the cup. So if you'd like to support the channel that way, you can. I think that takes care of all the mechanisms. Yes, it does. So, shout out to all the VIPs. If you notice there on the left, you can see anybody who donates that gets registered. What? Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Whip it out. Where's the pickle? Where's the pickle? Grab your pickle. Oh, my God. We got the pickle going. Whip it out. Whip out the pickles. Stroke those pickles. Get those goddamn pickles screaming. Oh, my God.
Bang out that pickle.
That's right.
Sorry.
I need to find Kermit. Finn, take over for a second while I get Kermit, because next time that happens, I need to have Kermit ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so just so you guys can get ready. Hello, Kermit the Frog here. Thank you very much to Brian Bodie for the donation. Ho ho ho. That's my Kermit. Now when Ranger gets back, his Kermit's going to be considerably better than
Yes.
than
Yes. So thank you for the $50. Slam bam. Thank you, ma'am. I'll get your breakfast tomorrow. I mean, Finn, the first you make them smile, then you make them breakfast. I'm just saying that's how it works. So thank you for
I
the
scared
$50. Yes. You, what? What do you mean you
I
scared him?
scared him. I did my Kermit.
Oh, you did Bollywood Kermit? Okay. It is what it is. So, Revenerator there in the VIP chat was talking trash that I don't care about kids with cancer. So we made a challenge, and I was nice about it, the challenge. We took my challenge from 1,000 to 725. I didn't have to do it, but I did.
With reason,
but I didn't have to do it, Finn. I could have said no, right? I could have held to my guns, but I was nice and said if we get to the final $325 for that, we would fill it out. Fill out the challenge, then I would do.
Hold on, before we move on.
Yeah, what?
BB in chat.
What?
We need to get a BB in chat for Brian Bodie.
Oh, Brian Bodie, yeah, let's get some BBs going in chat.
We need to get the BB in chat. We got distracted by the Kermit. The Kermit is very distracting.
Yeah, BB in chat for
BBs
Brian
in
Bodie.
chat. Get those BBs in there for Brian Bodie. Starting off the train, choo choo.
What would Brian Bodie do?
Yes, BB is for Brian Bodie, not Brian Boitanya. All right, sorry.
Go and
Continue.
save the human race from the evil Kubla Khan. Who are you? Brian Dennehy. Get the hell out of here. But anyway, so we had a challenge for all the VIPs. They came through, raised the final bit of money that puts us well over $19,000 that we've raised for the ACS. We are closing everything down. So, one, I have to do the Eternal Twins lore video. Second, the shout-out word of the day. We're not asking for it yet, but we'll explain what that is here in a second. Will be a certain word. The third thing is, any Eternal Twins questions you want to ask, you can pop them into chat. Is that for anybody or just for Revenator?
No, for anyone.
Mm-hmm. So
it's just open to Eternal Twins questions.
Yes. So if you want to put those in there, then you can do that. So
only for today, though.
Only for today. After today, it's a one-time thing because the VIPs came through. So can we get a VIP in the chat for all the VIPs that came up and pointed up the money to make that happen? One, because they helped us really just explode our total of what we've raised for the ACS and our fight on children pediatric cancer. And two, they're just amazing human beings. So let's get some VIPs in the chat for all the VIPs for what they did. Except for Revenator. Revenator's still douchehead. So if you want to write Revenator's a douchehead, please put that in chat as well. So that's kind of the thing.
No.
But I don't like him. He said I didn't like children with cancer, Finn.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of
Oscar was kind of hoping for Relic 7 Rose Tico. You already have one in RSG. How many Relic 7 Rose Ticos do you want, Oscar?
Yeah, don't worry, because they're going to announce some new characters, and I'm pretty sure I will be Relicing 7 my stupid Rose Tico as well. So don't worry about it. So, Finn, we have a shout-out word of the day. Before we get to that, I do want to get another shout-out in the chat for the lovely Tish McVenom, who is recovering from surgery. As far as I know, everything's fine, right, Finn? Everything's cool? Have you have any?
Yep, she is recovering as of this afternoon. She was getting ready to be discharged and sent home, so everything went okay.
If we can get some TMs in the chat for the lovely Tits McVenom, so she can watch this and know that you guys love her, send her hearts and kisses and all that stuff. We love Tits McVenom, and we want to make sure she's feeling the love from the Skewer Nation to let her know that we're thinking about her as she's recovering from her surgery. So I'm glad that everything went well and that she's doing fine. So let's get those TMs in there to show our love for Tits McVenom. So, all right. So that being said, because of the VIPs stepping up in a big way, Jesus Christ, Rose Taco. Oh, great. That's another 6 months before we get our cross stitch now. God damn. I mean, the woman just come out of surgery. Will you put some carbonate to the face to Rose Taco? He's my favorite person on the planet, but goddamn, carbonate that mother. Goddamn. Get some of your thugs from the hall. Go make that happen. Jesus. I mean, Jesus. Good Lord. Too soon, says Rose Taco. All right. Because of that, of the VIPs coming through, The shout out word of the day is what, Finn? And explain what the shout out word of the day is.
The shout out word of the day is eternal.
Fuck.
ETERNAL. Eternal. Once again, that is ETERNAL. Eternal.
Is it burning an eternal flame? Say my name. Sun shines through the rain. The whole life start over and can come and ease the pain.
Did you ever imagine seeing so many Eternals in the chat like you are right now, Ranger?
My dick hurts right now.
Is this what these are what nightmares were made of for you?
Yeah. I don't want to lose this feeling. Oh! I need a guitar solo. Let me just pour some
More
bourbon.
than a feeling. Okay.
Jesus.
All right. So that is the shout out word of the day, and then in lieu of Twitter question, we're gonna have just more questions on the stream for you guys. So
Yeah.
as you guys are getting in those questions of insanity, I'm sure. Yeah.
That's not a Debbie Gibson song. That's a goddamn Bengals song. Debbie Gibson.
No, mine wasn't.
No, what Eternal Flame is.
Oh,
the
okay.
Bengals.
Yeah.
Because
Why isn't Urs joining the show?
Because he's
Urs
at swimming practice or something like that. He's out buying some hooch from somewhere. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
No, don't be saying that kind of stuff and getting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
trouble with
He's
Mrs.
buying
Fun.
legal liquor from some location.
No, usually at this time, Urs can correct. Normally at this time, he has something going on with his kids. I think it varies between swimming and ukulele.
Oh, sorry,
Yep,
ukulele
he said
practice. Sorry,
Yep.
Saturdays is a ukulele practice.
Yep.
Every time he says that, I start going, ooh. I just get that
For
song in my
the
head.
longest time.
No, that's the Somewhere Over the Rainbow with the little ukulele, the big Hawaiian
Yeah, I
guy.
know. But you can stick that for the longest time
Oh,
at the end of like so
I
many
know.
different
You
rhythms
can,
and just
yeah.
confuse people
Yeah, sure.
because it's such an awesome one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Grande was not going to be here because he
No.
should be at a baseball or softball, but
That's
I'm pretty
right.
sure he heard the news and had to find a way to get over here.
Rhonda, you're a filthy liar. What happened to baseball, you dickhole?
I'm sure he's there.
I see you there, Grande.
we
You're
can't-
popping up. It's
He's
not like-
muted. He's muted.
He's not muted.
Yeah, he is.
No.
No, not by you. He's muted himself on
Oh.
Zoom.
You have done that yourself, Anakin.
Hold on. Is that better?
Oh,
Hold on. Can you hear me
Jesus
now?
Christ.
Yes, we can hear you.
My God.
Baby Grande, did we just get finished with baseball practice? Yes. See?
Baby,
You hear that, Baby Grande?
can I ask-
Baby Grande, is Big Grande forcing you to say that against your will?
He said, did you hear them?
I heard the hesitation. I heard the hesitation, Grande.
Now be honest with
Talking to
this.
the microphone.
Yeah.
The microphone is right here.
Yeah, so be honest with this, Baby Grande, and you can be totally honest with us. Uncle Ranger's got your back. Do you hate your dad's jokes as much as we do?
I don't know.
Good enough.
So that's a solid maybe.
Yeah, that's
We
a
will
solid
take it.
maybe, yes.
We will
Good
take
job.
the solid
That's
maybe.
why you're my favorite, Baby Grande. Don't worry. I will. Kids got guts. I like that.
we laugh pretty hard together, don't we? Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Sure.
Baby Grande's not my favorite.
He doesn't even say no anymore.
Good.
He doesn't say yes or no. He just says
Good,
sure.
Baby Grande.
I'm too cool to answer my parents. It's sure.
Let your anger
Oh,
flow.
thank you very much, CBO.
It
CBO
was
just
I.
pledged on Patreon. Thank you very much,
He
CBO.
did. What did he pledge? Did it pop up?
25. Yeah.
Oh,
it should have popped
thank
up.
you. Oh, thank you, CBO 97.
Thank you very much.
Nick,
Did
that's
we
my
get news?
military brother from another mother.
Did we get news while I was at baseball practice?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
first
we
of all,
got some big
Grande, you
news, but
missed the
wait.
VIP stuff because we blew through my internal lore video. So I have to do one. I have to do the
What?
internal lore video. Two, I have to answer questions
wait,
about.
wait, on the Eternal Twin?
Yeah, on the internal.
He has to do
twins.
the lore video. We filled that challenge, so we closed the campaign now.
Hence the large copious amounts of bourbon I'm drinking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's gonna be epic, man.
Yeah.
You got to do it like hardcore good, though. Can you do it hardcore good?
I always do my lore videos hardcore good, dumbass.
I know you do. every one of them I've ever seen. I just want this one to be hardcore good too. That's
We
all.
will. Don't worry. We'll
Okay.
I'll record it. Finn will look
But
at it.
yeah, there's some
He'll
fun
add
news
some
for you,
fun-
Grande, but
he'll
we're going
add
to
some
cover that
cool stuff.
second.
I mean, really what we're going to do is I'm going to record the whole thing, and then Finn will probably go in and add some cool little images or something for each one, so it's fine.
Yeah. No. That'll be good.
It'll be fine.
Did we really get news in the game?
And the other
We
lore
got some news, and we will
on.
discuss that second, Grande.
I'm working on a second lore video already as well, and it's going to be on the different lightsaber combat forms. So I've been working on that, which is just, it's mind-boggling how much information is on there. So between that and the Eternal Lore videos, I'm going to be busy for the next couple days. So no extra strings for Ranger. Guess what he'll be doing? Me Ross reviews be damned.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So we are.
We got another donation from Meow Meow. Ahsoka Meow says, "Can we rename Stick Ray to Stripper Pole Ray?" She doesn't really strip, so no, I can't go with that. No, I can't really. No. You're asking for a friend.
Unless that friend is Remon. We
Yeah.
can't rename her.
Yeah.
Stick Ray is officially coined courtesy of Remon,
Yeah.
so we can.
All right. So, do we have a Twitter question for tonight, Finn? or
No. We're
skipping
just doing more questions in lieu of it.
Oh,
so.
we're doing more questions in lieu of said.
Yeah, instead of the Twitter questions.
Yeah,
so.
there you go. So, get your questions in.
I'm already seeing a lot of Eternal Twin
Yeah,
questions.
keep your donations coming. Get the thumbs up. Subscribe. Play the sound bits over on Twitch. Whatever you want to do.
Poor Porg. One of the
What?
Porgs couldn't land in the cup. It bounced out.
Did it really? Well, these things happen.
Yeah, like hit the pickle and bounced out. That's
Well,
kinda sad.
sometimes when you hit the pickle, things
Very
bounce
sad
out.
seeing
Yeah.
the Porgs bounce out.
No, not really.
It makes me sad. No, it is. It makes
Porg
me sad seeing
suffering.
the Porgs.
Makes
And
me
there's a lot of
happy.
pickles at the bottom, which means all the porks are probably
there's
going to bounce
a lot of
out.
pickles in there as well. He's trying to overcome the pickles. So, all right. So let's get into what we like to call. Wait, why is it not working? The news. I'm Ted Koppel.
What you're singing goes like it clashes so hard against the music.
I
That's
know, that's
actually
why I
part
do
of the
it.
video.
Yeah,
Oh my-
I don't really care about you, Finn. Let's see here. Let's see. So the first thing that we want to get to is
The state
why
of
is
the
this
game.
the state of the galaxy. Let's get into dev announcements and news, and let's get to State of the Galaxy February 2020. Can we just call this, instead of State of the Galaxy, just random shit that they just threw out there? Yeah, okay, State of the random shit we just threw out there. From CG Top Hat. He says, "Hello, Hall Table Heroes. Welcome to the State of the Galaxy for February. While this one is coming mid-month, the next installment should return to us in a more regular schedule. A couple things they want to cover. Galactic Legends event structure. Christ. We've got a few details we'd like to share about the new Galactic Legends event structure. We'll bring this to you regularly as we continue to develop and refine the design. And this basically covers tickets. I mean, basically, you have to first meet the prerequisites.
Mhm.
And then you have to earn the tickets to then go do whatever event's going to be related to said tickets.
Correct.
And that doesn't, we don't even know if that guarantees that if you get the tickets to do the event, that you'll just one-shot the event. Or if it's going to be
You probably will not.
Yeah, which is absolutely asinine.
Really?
It's asinine, Finn.
So I really kind of like it, right? And here's
Finn,
why. Do you
God
remember?
damn, Finn. Seriously.
No, hold on. Hear me out for a second, though. They have
Did
to,
you
okay,
not watch
so-
me for 15 hours fart around with gas?
I did. But hold on.
You don't like
hold
me.
on for a second.
This is
Hold
so it's
on for a
official,
second.
everybody. Finn does
So-
not like Ranger because that's
Again, the first thing is that we don't know very many details about the tickets, right? And how the system is going to be implemented.
that's true. We
And
don't
so
know yet.
I am going to kind of make a assumption here in trying to relate raids to what they're going to be proposing, right? And that concept to me actually is pretty good. And here's my reasoning around it. And obviously, again, there are some assumptions that I'm making, but based on what we have in the game, I think these hopefully will be reasonable. But you never kind of know what they're going to do. There's definitely going to be difficulty in the whatever event it is that you're going to need tickets for. And I'm pretty sure what we're going to see, my guess would be, is that we're going to get something similar to our guild tickets, although it's going to be personal tickets, and you can accumulate like 600 a day or something like that. And then effectively, you're going to get a personalized raid where once you get to, let's just put a number out there. If we scale kind of what we see already in the game with like Rancor being 60,000 and you being able to get 600, we kind of scale that a little bit here. We're maybe looking at somewhere, let's just throw the number around there of 2,000, right? So let's just say every 2,000 tickets, you can make an attempt at whatever this Galactic Legend raid is, this personal raid. Compare it to what we currently have for the events, like Malik, like Gas. Well, I shouldn't say Malik, because Malik has the bug for this point. So ignore the bugs that happened with Malik for that point. But Malik, Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, all of those things, right? When we do raids the first time, most guilds struggle, right? You go into your attempt, and most guilds will not beat heroic the first time they go there. The super, super high-end ones may be able to beat it. But like when you think about the Sith raid, for example, it took us a good month of trying in order to make sure that we got the Jedi training raise and got the percentages down, and everybody was hitting their 5%, and whatever it was. It took us like a month in order to get accustomed to even phase 1, and then maybe about like another month to really get through it. But look at what's happened since then, right? Now, that raid is considered a source of shards for us, right? It's shard shop currency every time we get those Treya shards. It is a source of gear for us. So every time we go in there, we get gear. So what I'm thinking, and I'm hoping at this point, right? And this is why I'm not necessarily saying this is a bad thing. If the tickets allow us to go into a personalized raid every time we get the like 2,000 tickets, right? So basically every 3.5 days or so, we can make an attempt. After you get your Galactic Ray up to 7-star, you can potentially get gear from this personalized raid, which you can get over time, just like we're doing with our regular raids. You could continue to get shards for this Ray and for this Kylo that you can trade in for shard shop currency, right? Which is what we're doing with Treya, with what we're doing with GK, it's what we're doing with Han, right? And you can get all this additional gear. I think the concept of personalized raids, while it's not necessarily anything new, right? It's a reskin of the current raid. So again, I wouldn't consider this new content, but a personalized raid could actually really help us with the gear grind, assuming that they do introduce gear as part of the raid. You're right. I am 100% assuming. And that's because we don't have any details. So I'm not necessarily...
I like this idea. I like what Finn is saying here. Basically what he's saying is if we think of the raid as like an extra large pizza, basically the Galactic Legend events will just be like a personal pizza.
Exactly.
And
that's what I'm hoping. Again, that's what I'm hoping. We have no details one way or the other.
I gotta
this is what I'm
I
hoping.
like pizza. I like pizza, whether it's a personal pizza or whether it's an extra large pizza that I share with Ranger. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say is this. If I have to take characters to Relic 5 to 7 and then collect stupid-ass tickets and then go into the event and then lose and then wait to collect some more tickets to get this event after you made me go through bells, hoops, and whistles to get Relic 5 to 7 characters on up to 26 characters for both sides, go to hell. Honestly, that's stupid. It's just them not having any content to put out there, so they're prolonging this as long as they possibly can. It is garbage.
The content thing is a separate issue, so I'm not arguing with you on that. They have been very bad about the content coming out. And Jasa, and I saw what Jasa said. So she's saying, are we acquiescing to whaling for the rest of the game? And so I mentioned this before. Free-to-play, as a result of the Galactic Legends, I should say, competitive free-to-play players and low competitive players, low spending competitive players, are in the worst position right now in this game by far. And I make no bones about it. They are in the worst position.
Hyperdrive bundle came out. Yeah, because when the Hyperdrive bundle came out, effectively, you get, if you're free to play or you're low spend, you don't get no more buddies now.
Right. But pure free to play spenders are, yeah, I know, fewer. Pure free to play players are in a position right now where they are already noticing, as a result of gas, the difficulty of staying high in squad arena. So they are already settling for top 50, top 100, right? those are the main free-to-play players. They've already hit that wall and either quit or adjusted. So the continuing free-to-play players, and I'll include myself in that, are in a position now where I know where my status is, right? My status is not going to be going back into the top 5 rotation in my payout. I mean, I could if I asked some of the people in my shard, and I'm sure they could change it, right? But the regular free-to-play actually get a big advantage as a result of this, because the GP increase, the GP increase as a result of everything you need for Galactic Legend Ray, and the GP increase you get as a result of everything you need for Galactic Legend Kylo, means that you have a very, 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 very small chance of ever encountering those 2 characters in your GAC unless you super, super top loaded the top of your roster, right? If the top of your roster is loaded with relics, then you're going to have a major problem, right? But as a free-to-play player, I have no issue with this, because I know in GAC, I am never going to face a Galactic Legend Ray and a Galactic Legend Kylo, because the top of my roster is not loaded with relics, and the amount of relics you need for Ray and Kylo are never going to get me matched up with them.
And here's the problem with Finn's argument. It's completely wrong, because GAC has nothing to do with the level of the relic of the character you have. It comes down to your mods. I face people all the time with higher relics.
Whoa. The matchup is 100% based on the relics.
Right, but the outcome is not. Because
the outcome is not, but I will never face a Ray or a Kylo because of the GP.
But you make it seem like that's a thing that's going to be a hindrance. It's not. If your modding is fantastic and you work on your mods all the time, and you're modding, which I face people with way more GP and relics than me, and they lose because of mods. The issue is not the amount of relics. You may get into a higher bracket, but if your mods are on point, you got nothing to worry about. Now, the thing that I don't like... With
these 2 characters, you will. No. Right? Because they're going to be power creep.
Well, they're going to be power creep regardless. But you're still going to be just fine, especially if you got the mods. Because that's where it comes down to.
Right, what Finn is saying, though, is sort of right. I don't ever see anybody in mind that doesn't have gas, and that doesn't have a 7-star gas, right?
I face people like that. Yeah. So I mean, I
don't see anybody without Malik, right? I don't ever see anybody that doesn't have.
But
Malik.
I'm not afraid of them.
With gas.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of them.
Right. But what I'm saying, again, GAC is one of the most individual specific things we've ever seen, because of even though you're in a division inside the game that says that you can be from 4.5 mil and up, or whatever it is, 6 mil plus, whatever the divisions are where they've got them laid out, it's still the matchups inside the division are based on your top 80, right? Mm-hmm. And so what Finn is saying is sort of right in that if you're a free-to-play player and you've got a few relics, let's say in the 3, 4, 5 area, let's say you've got 10, right? Well, it takes more. It's going to take you at least 20 relic characters just to even get to Galactic Legend Ray and Galactic Legend Kylo. So you're not ever going to be even close, because your top 80 looks nothing like somebody whose top 80 went for Kylo and Ray. I mean, and he does make a good point about it. I understand the winning and losing part has to do with mods. Right. Winning and losing GAC, and Ranger is totally on point.
Yes, I don't disagree with
losing. Strategy and mods absolutely matters, but I don't think you're going to see a ton of matchups where you have somebody who's got Galactic Legend Ray and Galactic Legend Kylo.
And I'm the one drinking. What the hell?
And someone who doesn't. I'm sorry. I should stop trying to multitask, right, yes. Baby Grande?
Yeah. But no, you're right, yes, Ranger, that the win and the loss after you have your matchup is completely based on mods, right? So I'm not arguing with you on that point. But my point is you get matched up based on your top 80 GP. And so with the amount of relics, again, the ones that get screwed are the top end, like the very focused, very highly focused, loaded up with relics, but very few waste character free-to-play players that have been competing in Arena. Right? Those are the free-to-play players that get screwed out of this, right? So, and we can't lump all free-to-play players into the same group, because there are a whole host of free-to-play. Free-to-play just basically dictates whether or not you spend in this game, right? But within free-to-play, you're going to have a whole different group of people. You're going to have people that are highly focused in the top of their roster. They're just relicking each of their teams that they need. They are getting 100% screwed.
So here's the other thing.
No doubt.
Here's the
They're
other thing
getting
I have a
completely
problem. Urs said it best, is that the problem with tickets as well is that they keep moving the goalposts, and in between is nothing but a barren wasteland. So for Krakens and high-spending wells, right, they probably have a lot of these characters relicked anyway, right? It's not only not going to affect them. And
not necessarily to the extent. I've been kind of going through GG, and a lot of them don't have a lot of this done, even at the high end.
A lot of them will spend for it, right?
How do you get the tickets?
Well, you have
they haven't said yet.
Yeah, they haven't said.
That's also something we're assuming right now and trying to figure out how they would. But we have no clue on how we accumulate the tickets right now.
But the other thing, too, is it's creating a huge separation, which is a good thing in the one sense that it's separating Wells and Krakens from, like, other players, right? The bad thing is it is making it further and further away from free-to-play, what their part of the game is, and then what Wells and Krakens are doing, right? Mm-hmm. And I have a problem with that, right? I've always agreed with the statement that if you pay, you should have an advantage. Simple. I mean, there's no arguing that point. But you also have to have stuff in between for the other players that have stuff, and that's the problem with the content coming up there as well. So they're focused all on this Galactic Legend stuff. We already talked about last week their bullshit that they came up with about the internal review, which tells us nothing other than they just changed their mind. And if they're going to try to say other than it was for money purposes, then they're so disingenuous and full of shit that I don't really want to hear their statement. So there's a lot of problems with this. It could be positives related to this. However, when I think about this game, I think about everybody having a pretty good shot at getting this stuff, right? If you're going to be free to play and it's going to take you longer, the thing that I worry about too is people start working for these Galactic Legends, and then a couple months down the line, who's to say they don't drop another one and another one and another one? And then it just becomes to where this game's unplayable or unattainable for free to play. And that's the other problem I have with this, is that they keep moving. I mean, it's bad enough you have relics 5 to 7 characters. It's even worse when you add tickets on top of that. That's not content to me. Characters and things related to characters are not content. It's a collection game. It's what we do. We collect characters. Content is like the raid or a territory battle, TW, JC. They haven't put anything like that out. We got the light side GOTB, but that's a dumpster fire because it's just a rehash of dark side territory battles. It's awful, and they made it so over the top because they have no idea what the hell they're doing over there for what content they're going to put out, which is really sad. It's one thing in a collection game to have characters. It's another thing to be able to use them in exciting and fun ways, and they don't have that now. We've been doing the same stuff over and over and over again. And what's CG's response? Let's try to get more money out by creating these Galactic Legends that require insane requirements. And on top of that, we're going to move the goalposts even further by saying, once you get there, that's just the beginning. Now you have to earn tickets on top of that. It's a stopgap measure. It's a greed measure. If they had other ulterior motives, like the things that you suggested, Finn, if you were running CG, I'd be like, that's what Finn said, and I agree, because I can trust Finn. This is CG. I don't trust a damn thing coming out their mouth, and none of those facts that you brought up have anything to do with CG's.
So they're not facts. They're not facts. Those are just my guesses and what I'm hoping for.
Right, but you're hoping for a company that has lied to us on multiple occasions, have shown a different stance on what they believe is the most important thing. If CGfinity was running the company, then those statements that you made would be absolutely 100%, because I could say, you know what, Finity said it, and Finity's on, and I know what he means when he says something. See, the problem is they have no integrity, and their profit motives, which are important for a company, but they go to an extreme with it that I've never seen before. So their purpose is to get money, nothing else. It's not about the quality of the content. It's not about making the game easier for us. It's not about putting quality product out there first. It's about putting this out as a stopgap to get more money out of us, plain and simple, and prolong what we're doing until they can get their head out of their ass and put some stuff out. You know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this game that I enjoy doing, but we've been doing it over and over again. How many times do I have to get Kyber before it kind of gets boring? You know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're working on Lightside GOTB, but I mean,
I've never gotten Kyber, not one time.
that's because you don't try. God damn it, Grande.
I actually do
No,
try.
no.
Every
He
time.
gets screwed because of matchups. This goes back to your mods
I
and stuff, and you
try
can't
for
do anything
Kyber
about it.
Every time, Ranger.
Yeah.
Every time.
Remember, Warrior had the same issue too, right? It's just because of the matchups with where they are. And again, this goes back to the top 80 GP basically being maxed out between like Grande and Warrior, for example, and they face like the same opponents. And if their opponents like outmod them, they just get screwed because they face the same thing over and over and over again.
So,
but I'll say with what you said, right? And I don't really disagree with anything that you said, but I'm gonna say that there's 2 points that come out of yours, which is what I would focus on, because I think what's happening, and again, I don't blame the players for doing this because CG has kind of created this environment amongst the players.
I agree with that.
But there's actually 2 underlying points that I think are what needs to be focused on and what is really the problem here. The first thing with the free-to-play, right? Again, I want to be careful because I don't want to lump all free-to-play together.
There's
I used to be a very competitive free-to-play. I would be in my top 5 rotation. I was in my Shard chat. I was in top 5 in Fleet, right? So I used to be one of these very competitive free-to-play, right? But Malik actually was the first wall for free-to-play where they went up, smacked their head, and there was a group of free-to-play at that point. Not the super focused, always keeping a whole like 40,000 crystals
Like
and
me.
stuff in Horde and stuff, right? And there's a bunch of them, and I give them full credit for it. That hoarded like 40,000 credits, were very focused on working only on particular teams and not really adding a lot of trash in the bottom of their roster, not fluffing the bottom and all of that, right? And those free-to-play managed to survive the Malik and the gas part. The other free-to-play hit that wall and then had to come to a decision. Do they continue with being free-to-play and just realize that they may not be as competitive in Squad Arena, which is where I got to, or there was another group of free-to-play that hit that wall and decided they are trying to push me out of the game, and without having the competitive nature, I don't find this game interesting anymore, and they just flat quit.
Yeah,
right. That was the wall that came as a result of Malik, and then very quickly after with Gas. They are now making that wall for every single free-to-play as a result of Galactic Legend, Ray, and Kylo. Because now the competitive free-to-play are hitting the Galactic Ray and Kylo wall. And this wall is the most extreme of any wall that they've hit. So for free-to-play, those remaining free-to-play, the competitive ones that have managed to survive Malik and Gas, are now going to hit a major wall. Some of them may still manage to continue, but you're going to have that other wall again where they have to decide, am I going to remain free-to-play and pull back from competition, or is this just too much and they're phasing me out of the game and I want to stop, right? But the competitive free-to-play...
Just to note, whales are hitting the same wall.
Right, but... Yeah. I'm not arguing that, but the whales also have the ability to spend.
You can lump media. You could probably lump everyone down to media.
Oh yeah. The reason I'm not putting in the reason I'm not putting the whales, Grande, is because they have the ability, or at least they've shown the ability to spend their way out of it. Right? Free to play have not, and so when they hit the wall, they don't really have a choice of spending. Is my point. And so whales will come up to that same decision, but they have the option of potentially paying it.
Previous choice never to spend. I get that, but I'm just saying there's some guys that were spending that are low spend, right?
Yes.
$20 a month guys, $30 a month guys, heck, probably even all the way to $100 a month guys.
They're going to get phased out.
They're probably going to hit a wall with this one.
Okay, so that's fair. The Dolphins and the Minnows and stuff, they are also going to hit that same wall and have to decide. Yeah. Now, here is the problem for them, right? Is that their top end of the roster is already so loaded that GAC is going to hurt them bad. That GAC is going to hurt them pretty bad if they have a very highly relic out top 80 characters. Because then their GP is already going to be so high that all these new characters that other people are getting into relics is not going to affect their top 80 GP as much. And they are going to face the Rays and Kylos, and they are going to be the ones that get the most frustrated. So there is a group of low spenders, free-to-play, that are going to get majorly screwed as a result of this. Guaranteed. Because of the way that the matchmaking works because matchmaking only looks at the GP and does not look at the quality of the GP. And I personally don't want CG looking at the quality of GP because they don't understand the game enough in order to determine the quality or even adjust it, right? So that is one of the major problems, right? And so that's why I wanted to clarify what you said, Ranger, which is about the free-to-play and what they're going to decide. It is going to be the competitive free-to-play, competitive low spenders that are going to have a big decision probably once March hits and the Rey and Kylo show up.
It also depends on where you're at. Like for me, I've got gas done, relic and everything. I'm in a position that the only thing I have to work towards is the Galactic Legends, right?
Right.
I've spent money in the game, but I've been very smart about what I've spent money on in the game, right? And I've spent some money in this game. Don't fool yourself. I've stopped spending, but I have to make a decision now. I can get one or the other. I don't know which one's going to be good. I don't know which one's going to be the best. I made a decision on some factors. I'm going for Galactic Rey. It's feasible for me to get Galactic Rey. Even if they announce 3 more characters I need relic, I can do it and be ready by March to have them ready to go, right? That's not going to be a problem. It just, I try to not think about just how, from my perspective, how this will affect things in the long term. Because if it's just...
But your perspective is actually perfect. Because you are one of those low spenders. Like, you're not a whale, right? But you obviously have money invested in your account, and you're not free to play. So you are actually the perfect example of a low spender that is competitive, that is getting hit by this wall. You are the perfect example of this.
Because I'll get Rey, but then I'll have to go work toward Kylo, which is fine. I'll just work on it over time. My first order already gear 12. So
while you're in the middle of that, while you don't have it, you know what I'm saying? If they run a GAC and you've got 3 or 4 relics that you can't really do a whole lot with, relic 7 that count, and like spike up your GP, which is part of the reason why I haven't taken any of those characters to relic yet. Because
no, not yet.
I'm like, man,
not yet, but I will. But I'll be prepared for it because I'll be prepared for it. And it's not like it's not a team that I won't be using. JTR is a team I use all the time, so it's I'll know where to use it. And if they've got like a new Kylo out there, I'll be like, well, JTR, go get him. So.
Unless it ends up the other way around, right? So that's one of the dangers of working on Rey right now, right? Which, let's suppose Rey is the better of the two, right? And Rey is better on defense and everything like that. And mirror matches for Rey just don't end up well, right? They're like the old Jedi Knight Revan meta, where Jedi Knight Revan versus Jedi Knight Revan is like banging your head in the wall over and over again. Like, it's just awful, right? What if the counter to Jedi training, or the new Galactic Legend Rey, is actually the Kylo? Right? Kylo is a weaker team on defense, but that is the better team in order to beat Rey. Are you better off going with Rey to beat all the? Are you better off going with Rey to get the better defensive team, but maybe get stuck on climbs? Or are you better off going with Kylo, so you know that every day you can climb, but you're not going to have a team that lasts on defense, right?
It's
why don't even go for it. Don't go for it until after we see everything.
That's why I was
just waiting.
I'm in horde mode. So I mean, I took JTR and stick Rey to relic, but I haven't taken them any higher. And the other characters have the pieces. I haven't really gone hard into Chirotechs. I've been farming slowly, and I'm mainly getting the Gear 12 plus pieces, right? Waiting to see what I get out of the raid in some other places first before I make a decision of where I'm going to farm next. But like the Gear 12 plus pieces and Gear 12 right side pieces, I've just been hoarding those. So as soon as I'm ready, so just like with gas, as soon as gas is ready, bam, 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 bam. Relic 7, all my characters went to Relic 7, Relic 5, for the gas team. Now, it's interesting, I did that before the GAC, and I've been facing people that did not have Anakin and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see if I have just Rey but not both. It's going to put me in the one.
You'll have it like a toss up.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I mean, it's just something. I don't think I'm going to run into anybody where I'm like, oh no, So, but then other people, I just think about they're still even working on gas.
Yeah, I'm still working on gas, but I'm not worried because I know I'm not going to face Rey and Kylo.
But other people, well, they're just trying to get their because they're thinking about their guild and Lightside GOTB and other things, or there's just certain phases of the game that people feel that pressure to go for these characters. And we've been warning that you really, really shouldn't. Because realistically, when someone asked me, we got asked this on the lunch stream of like 2 weeks ago when this was first announced, like, should I stop gas and go for the Galactic Legends? And the other question was, should a new player go for Galactic Legends? And the answer is absolutely not. You are crazy unless you are going to spend a fortune in this game, right? And the other caveat to it was, can a dolphin do it? I'm like, a dolphin ain't doing this. Not that many
Maybe a long time hoarding dolphin.
Yeah,
that would be.
There's
going to be some
player that's
that
a dolphin that spends like say $40 a
yeah,
month.
not a new player.
Not even close. You're not even going to sniff these new characters. And the other thing too, you have to be very cognizant of as you guys are moving up in your account. You've got to watch your mods. There's certain teams that require certain types of mods, especially speed mods, that you really need to focus on. It's a numbers game. You have to slice them every day and pull more mods and slice them and try to get those mods in the 20. Think? I didn't even know Loki was back. He disappeared. Did he come back?
Yeah, I've been here.
Oh, well, Loki, you never speak up, man.
I did. I asked you what kind of tickets you.
Yeah, you were asking.
Okay, that's true. You did. So, what do you think on all this, Loki? I mean, where do you end up on all this whole situation? I mean, you spent a fortune in this game.
I mean, not anymore, but. I don't know. I'm going the Ray route. I mean, in general, I mean, it's hard to say because, there's a lot of videos out there. There's a lot of the warrior videos out there and the paths that you take to unlock certain characters. And then they just throw a whole monkey wrench into the plan, releasing these Galactic Legends now because if you're a new player, there's way too many paths now to take. And who knows if these characters are going to be good or not.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We don't know.
But the requirements are crazy, like what you said. Do you just not use Thrawn anymore? I mean, so here's the deal, right? Is we used to say, okay, you need the Phoenix to get Thrawn. But then at this point, it's like, do you even need Thrawn anymore? Because, I don't use Thrawn's fleet anymore.
I still use the character.
I guess I use them for a couple of counters, but I mean, I just don't use them anymore, honestly. And it's to the point where I'm taking the 6 dot mods off of him now and putting them on somewhere else because, like what you mentioned earlier, the mod race is real, and it's just going to keep getting crazier because, they've amplified these stats, and that's the big thing with the Galactic Legend now, right? Is they're going to make stats. I think there's something about the stats now, right? Where some of them are going to get better and some of them are going to get worse, right? Or something like that.
They didn't say exactly how they were going to do it, but they're going to manipulate the stats that you get from relics, the mastery stats. They're going to manipulate them. It can potentially go negative. They didn't say anything about boosting it. My guess would be that light side would boost it and dark side would remove it, something like that. But that's just a guess at this point.
Right. So, I mean, I guess what I'm getting at now is, for me personally, I mean, I'm going to go the Ray route. I think Resistance is the way to go right now because you can make even with the whole nerfing of Finn back in the day, I just actually re-zated him like a couple of days ago, and he's a pretty damn good tune at Relic 5. And that whole team would stick Ray still and Holdo and whatever you're going to throw on that team. It's actually pretty good. And I use it now. And then I use JTR with all the droids, right? So I see potential like that. The First Order has Crew and maybe Hux lead. But I don't think the rest of the First Order is that great. But again, I'm going to go the Ray route. But if you're like a free-to-play or if you're somebody that's been following these paths, we've always said stay on target, but now the problem is like, I mean, I'm farming to get Thrawn or I'm farming to get this other tune, and all of us are kind of in a we're kind of at the end game now, and we can kind of tell you which tunes are useful right now, right, in territory war and GOTB and stuff like that. So I'm as confused as the new players and all of us on the panel right now. Like I just couldn't. It's hard to say. I mean, I don't know what the definitive farming direction is nowadays.
Yeah.
They keep throwing us for a loop. So, I mean, you still can't go wrong with Darth Revan, and you still can't go wrong with Jedi Knight Revan and Gas and stuff like that. But it's all those other tunes now, right? I mean, yeah, you're gonna need JTR now, right? I mean, she was a Journey character, but then it's like, you know, and you still need Hermit Yoda, or I'm sorry, not Hermit Yoda, but Grandmaster Yoda, right? But then it's like, I mean, the Empire team's not that great anymore, honestly. Like, Palpatine's like whatever's now, Thrawn's whatever's. So I mean, at this point, would I even go for those tunes, or would I, you know, go for the Resistance? Well,
yeah,
it's tough.
It is.
Yeah,
and I'll make this my last point, so then no
we'll play a commercial after
mad
that.
at me.
Well, we'll get to the rest of the stuff.
And so we have a habit as a community to always follow the shinies, right? We tell people not to follow the new shiny characters and everything in game and all of that, right? But there is another shiny that I think a lot of players get distracted from without even realizing it. And it's, again, the making of CG, because of the way that they've handled everything. But really, if you look at everything we were talking about, right, and you mentioned the moving of the goalposts. The moving of the goalposts has happened in every single game, every single time, right? Whatever the latest content is designed to match whatever the latest status of your main component is in the game. And then Galaxy of Heroes is your characters, right? So what is the highest status of the characters? The highest status of the characters right now is Relic 7. So whatever new content they're going to come out with, obviously the goalpost is going to be moved towards that end of the field. It's going to be closer to Relic 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is perfectly normal. But I think what's happening is that we're seeing these new, very difficult to attain characters and getting mad at what the requirements are for Galactic Rey and Galactic Kylo. And I can understand that there is anger towards how we are going to need to accumulate them and how to get them all reliced up, right? But that's not the underlying problem. The underlying problem has been the same for about the last 8 months or so, which is that they introduced relics so close to Gear 13 that players did not have a chance really to move their roster from Gear 12, 5 out of 6, even into Gear 13, right? And so
I have so many characters that were stuck at G12 5, and I've never gone to relics because I always had to relic somebody else and relic somebody else. So like Loki was saying, Thrawn, Scion, Nihilus, Traya, all those characters are sitting at G12 plus 5 because there was always something else I had to work on.
Exactly. And then they introduced, as soon as they moved it up to Gear 13, right, they immediately moved it up to Relic 7. And then they started introducing stuff at Relic 7. The introduction of things to Relic 7, or to that extent, right, is not anything surprising with this game or any other game. The problem is how quickly they accelerated us from Gear 12, 5 of 6, to Relic 7. And so maybe, again, this is me maybe being hopeful about that ticket system, but the underlying problem for this game has been the same for such a long time. The problem is the acquisition of gear, right? The acquisition of gear has always been one of the most frustrating things about this game, and the fact that they accelerated our gear has made it so much more worse. And the other part is the lack of content, where they consider the release of characters over and over again content, and players do not. Those two are the underlying problems, right? So when it comes to player outrage, I would hope that moving forward, right, there isn't going to be a focus necessarily on the fact that Galactic Rey and Galactic Kylo are so difficult to attain, right? I feel like that's misplacing what the base problem is to everything in this game right now. The problem with this game right now is that we do not have enough gear, and the introduction of relics actually makes you eat up your lower level gear, so you can't even at certain points get your characters even to Relic 4 because you've run out of all of the materials that you used to have thousands of. Right?
I thought I was done with shower drains. I farm shower drains all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I thought I was done with shower drains. Nope, you need 2 shower drains, make a Relic 5.
Mm-hmm.
No, and 2 shower drains plus a something else and a something else, make a Relic 6. And then 2 shower drains plus a something else and a something else, make a Relic 7.
So I mean, I think the underlying problem, right? And I think as a community, what we should focus on is trying to get CG to stop with all of these characters, right? The goalpost has been moved on far enough, but we don't have enough gear in this game, and that is what we need to focus on. And I would hope that our focus, if we're looking for something constructive to do as a community, and not just always be angry with them about the next new thing that they're releasing, because the next new thing is hard. And I did see your comment, Nathaniel Morgan, and you are correct. Lightside GOTB is not even mathematically tuned for any guild right now, right? Yeah, we are getting to a commercial, Jason, don't worry. That if we can work as a community to get them to actually introduce more gear into this game somehow, I think a lot of the pressure on players is going to be alleviated for every single game mode that we have. Dark side GOTB, not necessarily light side. Light side is just a whole big cluster of a separate making. But all of these requirements that we need, not only for gas, there's a lot of people that don't have gas, including me, because I'm going to get it on the third time, I think, right? But the third time is going to require I'm going to have to work on relics and all that. But now these ones are going to be even higher relics. That it's going to be, I think we need to ask for more gear and more forcefully than we have in the past.
That, and on top of that,
keep getting distracted
one of the
by
stores
the new
where we
things.
get a lot of that higher end guild or that higher gear is the get stores. The problem is they've introduced characters that you need get 1 and get 2 for ships and like gas and Malik, which negates all the gear that's in there, right? I'm in a position now where I was going to hoard my get 1, but I'm like, well, I got to get all this gear for this relics. So, well, there goes that plan. So it's like, but at least I'm using it there. But the vast majority of players are not using get 1 and get 2 for gear. They're using it for negotiator, Malik, gas, if they're getting Hermit Yoda or Wampa. So it negates that store completely, where you can get a lot of the stuff that you need. And you make, I mean, so they say they're trying to alleviate the gear crunch, which you're 1,000% correct on, Finn, and then they do this nonsense with the characters.
They need to come out with a statement saying we are no longer introducing any more characters into get stores, get 1 and get 2, and then they need to stick with it. That's what they need to do, honestly, at this point.
Well,
we don't need any more characters.
And then they lied, and then they came out with gas, so I don't trust them. But at this point, I got to go for Galactic Ray, so if they do, I'll just be like...
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Ranger. I've started letting go of my get 1 just to get my resistance pilot and all the little B-tunes up, you know.
It's so much gear, you know. It's the smaller pieces, it's the purples and stuff that you need to. Takes a lot of those, you know. They're double stacked.
I haven't even started spending it yet.
Oh, we're Granda, you will one day.
Maybe I'm wrong.
You could be right, but I mean, I look at it as if I'm getting Galactic Ray and she's going to be as good as I think she is, then the get 1 is actually an investment into Ray. If another character comes in the store, I'll be like, well, I'm getting Galactic Ray, so that other character can kiss my ass. So there you go. But you know what? Let's get to a commercial. We'll continue this conversation. And Jason,
we've had a request for Kermit.
Yes, Jason BM said she would like a commercial about me. Yay! So we're going to play commercial, and we'll be right back. Also, Revenator sucks.
Rage in Galaxy of Heroes is a real thing. Doctors and scientists are looking into how this happens. Watch as we introduce Galaxy of Heroes into a children's show.
Hello, this is the Kermit the Frog, and I'm here today to offer you the first in a series of feedbacks about Darkside territory battles. Before the territory battle, people were happy. And right over here, this is a picture of a happy face. And you can tell that because the face is smiling. And we felt, well, that way because of the territory war beta. And being able to test the war before release. And then all of a sudden, things got really because someone in management decided to be greedy. So management came and released Darkside Territory Battle. Now, that is not the kind of thing that makes you feel happy. That is the kind of thing that makes you feel mad. I think I better talk about being mad. Now, I get mad when companies release things they should. Like when management releases incompetent code for money. You can tell I'm mad by the type of things I say to management.
Froggy.
And furthermore, I'm gonna the mother.
So don't fight SWGOH rage alone. Call your neighborhood support group and get help today.
All right, we're back, and we're moving on to the next subject is mythic battles. We've seen.
We don't have to cover the rest of this.
Yeah,
I mean, the rest of this is.
Hey, look.
Let me just mention, it's a good spot for ads. Or for the art stuff.
This is a perfect spot for the art. I kind of like that they showed the art for it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, our problem with the art is not that those guys work their ass off, and I know how hard it is to do that. So this is cool to see that. But I don't need 30 questions about it.
Mm-mm.
You know, so
I don't need any questions in the Q&A. There's more pressing things in the community than that. Give the art guy his own question and answer thing monthly or something.
Cover like your thoughts about a new character and what you were thinking about, and things of that nature, or how hard it was. I'm cool with those kind of questions, right? But like, this is kind of cool to see, like the work that they put in behind there and everything like that. I've always enjoyed that kind of stuff. So this is a cool spot for the Legends art, but this for the Q&A, man, just. We don't need 20 questions about the damn art because you guys are too much of a bunch of vaginas to answer the tough questions that the community poses to you. Seriously. Good Lord. All right, let's move on to the next subject. So if you guys want to read that, you can. It's there under the dev news and announcements. So we'll go to the next subject. All right. Next one is update on General Skywalker's kit changes. So I'm just going to read
Grande, this is the new thing that you missed.
Mm-hmm. Are you there, Grande?
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm Mr. Dadding it, making dinner, but I'm listening.
Okay.
Okay, make sure you listen closely to this one.
Okay, so this is from CG Chrome. This is from today. And he says, "Hi, folks. We are continuing to monitor General Skywalker, and we have observed some changes to matchups, but no significant impact on the balance of this character. At the moment, we have no plans to revert or change his kit further. See you on the holotables."
You mean where he accidentally starts countering?
Yep. There is silence.
How does a character How does a character work one way for like 6 months, and then all of a sudden you make some changes and he starts working another way and nobody knows about it? Like,
they know about it. They're just leaving it.
Well, I understand, but I mean, like, how did that happen?
I don't know. So I'm gonna say this right now.
Oh my!
You had Happy Finn for the last one. I'm saying this right now.
I'm gonna tell you.
Now it's time for Finn to be angry. Can you say angry? Finn, take it away. Shut up, Grande. No one wants to hear your goddamn opinion.
Sorry. I'll let Infinity go.
I'm just gonna say, CG, you should be ashamed of yourself today.
Yes.
You should be.
I read this and I thought
ashamed.
we were trolled, man. I thought they were trolling. I was like, no.
CG should be ashamed of themselves today, more so than any other day. This is now what, the third incidence of a error in the game, and them going around and being like, "Oh well, we're not going to fix it." Do you know how many responses in the general discussion forum right now have you called lazy? If it wasn't for what we did with the VIPs earlier, lazy would have been our word of the day. How can you, as a company, have an error in your code and then literally say, "Oh, we're just going to leave it the way it is," when you know that it's not working as you had originally intended to? And how can you stand by any of your work moving forward? This is one of the most shameful things you guys did. I mean, seriously, there's like no justification for it. There are players making better justification for keeping it the way it is than this post does. You should be ashamed. You should not be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say that you are putting out a quality product in any way, shape, or form if this is the way that you handle this. You have done this with Jawas. You have done this with Jedi Knight Anakin. You are now doing this with General Anakin Skywalker. You left the Tebow bug going for 6 months. You left the 600 bug going on for about a year. Shame on you. And then the GP bug showing that you guys can't competently code. I've been one of the only people, as far as I know, and I've been called CGfinity for it, that has defended a lot of the stuff that you've done. Whether it's doing things for money, because I understand you are a business and you are in the business of making money, and I don't have a problem with a lot of the stuff. right? I understand the difficulty that you have with bugs moving from a test environment into a live environment, because I work in IT, I manage projects that go from test environments to production environments, and I see the issues. And I've had them myself, and you work to fix them. The way that you are managed, you should be ashamed that you are even involved in anything associated with this game right now. Because everything you have done shows that you do not care about a single thing you've done. We've said it before that you guys work because you care. Your jobs are obviously something important for this. And now you are going to basically leave every single bug.
Did it again.
Oh,
We
yes.
messed up
Thank
the
you, Tumblr.
game,
Let's not
and
forget
we
about
don't
the
know.
fives bug.
XO68
Thank you,
shared.
XO.
X100.
And let's not forget about the
Fives
fives bug, where now everyone has to just leave the character in the fifth spot because you are too lazy to figure it out.
In the Wat Tambor mission, you can't leave him in the fifth slot because you have to put Art Trooper there.
Mm-hmm. So I would say right now, CG, you should be 100% ashamed of yourself with everything you have done with this game. You have shown on multiple occasions, and I have tried to defend you. I even defended you in the last segment about the tickets, because I can see where there may be something good going on here.
There could be something really
that
cool.
you are handling any of the issues and the fixes right now, every time shows that you put none of your integrity behind any of the product that you put out. You are literally just putting out product in order to have people buy it and then leave it because it is not monetarily beneficial for you in order to fix it. And then you just move on to the next thing that gets money.
Like, do you even test, bro?
No, we know that they don't test, right? So
we know they don't test.
We know they don't. They basically said it. No other group is going to have as many free labor as this game does, willing to actually help them test. They set up a whole community beta option and make zero use of it. And then when bugs come out, I am forgiving of you for having bugs, but you guys don't fix it? It's shameful. I don't know how you guys can in any way, shape, or form be proud of what you are putting out, or even do a Q&A moving forward, trying to answer questions when it's so obvious now with all of your decisions, how little you care about anything that you're putting out, any of the product you're putting out, any of the content you're putting out, the post that you're putting out. It is literally just slapping every player in the face. And more so than anyone else, I really hope that whales are paying attention to this. Because while this may not be the biggest bug or anything like that, it is a show of how much CG cares about this game. And to every player spending money, take a look at what they're doing. Because it's clearly showing that they do not care about broken mechanics. They do not care about bugs in the game. They don't care as long as there is no monetary benefit for them. And so they are 100% lazy about everything.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
I'll be quiet now.
No, please continue. I'm getting a hard on. I would like to talk to you today about some of the things that you were putting out. Now, you cannot put out the game with the bug and the filth fart and the things and then say it's good. And I went to Finity and I said, Finity, there's a lot of bugs in the game. And he was like, right. And I was like, right. And he said, fix it. And I was like, right. We did nothing. And who is CG Top Hat? I swear to God, if I find this person, I am going to try to kill him.
You know the sad
Hold
part,
on,
though?
whip out your pickles. We just got a donation.
Brian Bodie.
Brian Bodie, oh, whip out your pickles. Oh, where's Kermit? Get in there, Kermit. Get in there. There you go.
I'm gonna say that one of the most disappointing things, and we've said this before, right? CG is not in touch with the community. The fact that they said it has no change in the balance of this game is very sad. It just shows that they have no concept of how much this actually changes things. Because there's a lot of people working on the CLS counter for this team, and they get screwed. In Arena earlier, I can beat gas teams with my Darth Revan, but I went against a gas team, and I took gas, got rid of all of his protection, and he counterattacked when he normally doesn't and killed my Sith Empire trooper, which normally does not happen. And so I lost a character that I normally don't. So for them to say, and I still won the match, it's not necessarily about the wins and loss, right? But obviously it changes the way I play when I'm a character down that I shouldn't be. So for them to say that it doesn't impact the balance, I mean, this goes back to them, I think, literally, and while we were doing it as a joke, it sounds like that is literally what they do, which is what Top had basically said, which is they just constantly reset their account because all they care about is bringing in newer players, and they're trying to figure that out. And the veteran players are, unfortunately, in a bad position moving forward if this is the way that they're treating the game.
It's just mind-numbing. You sit there and you read that, and you're like, no, not again. Not again. Are you really going to do this again? Just, it's pathetic. You know, the problem, Finn, is they don't play past level 25. And I think that's the biggest problem, is they don't go past level 25. I mean, one of the dumbest statements I've ever seen them made is like, oh, I'm a veteran player because I've got 6 accounts that I've taken level 25. No, you're not in the end game portion of this game. And you don't see how the bugs actually affect what actually happens in the game environment when you're at high level playing around, dicking around and stuff, which is numbing enough because you own the game. You could go in there in your own test account and create your own shit, and you could, like, you know, test this shit out and say, oh, that's kind of jacked up. I guess I kind of see what the players are saying. And you guys just, damn, you made Finity angry. I'm so happy right now. Because usually I'm the one that's angry, but I'm just going to sit here.
I'm not really angry.
Disappointed. I'm sorry.
Disappointed. Yeah. It's so sad. Like, how can you stand behind your product like that? I've put out, like, in my projects, I'm not perfect. I've had projects that get released with bugs. But the first thing I do is it's like all hands on deck, right? This is something that is live to my clients. I have to go figure out what the bug is. And if I'm not the one, because I'm a little different than some of the other PMs because of my technical background, I try to go into the weeds a little bit more than some of the other ones. But even then, my job is to get all of the resources together, get them together, and investigate the problem until we figure it out and get a solution to it. And then talk to the client about where we are with solving the problem. They don't do that. They don't treat us like clients that are paying them, right? There's a whole lot of whales that I just don't understand why they continue to pay CG at all. Like, I understand this a game and you're paying to have some fun, but at some point you're paying into a product that not even the developers care about. Like, the GP bug just showed how shoddy their programming is. With that many different places where the variable of GP is handled, that means they are not using a universal bank for a common variable for your account, which means there is so much they're so prone to errors every time they code something because they're coding from different reference points that are calculated differently.
Although,
like, I don't know how you can do it.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think is going to happen with this? Because the other post is Lando's Falcon's not taking bonus turns. And it says, hi, folks. We're aware of an issue with Lando's Falcon not taking bonus turns if it randomly called by Radis' Holdo's maneuver. We're currently investigating the cause and we'll let you know what we plan to do. We plan to deploy a fix. Do you think a fix is in the works, Finn, or are they just going to leave it as is?
They're probably going to leave it as is because Lando's Falcon isn't a big ship.
No, there you go. Heard here first.
I mean, they'll probably say, well, at this point, we don't notice any kind of competitive difference with the Lando when he's not taking his bonus turn, so we're going to ignore it. I mean, what else would we expect? They obviously don't stand by their product. They don't stand by what they put out as a product at all. All they're looking for is money, and I don't fault them for going after money.
But sure at some point your stuff works on a basic level. Damn.
Right. You should have some integrity behind what you're putting out as a product. And it's just sad. They don't care. And it's been going on for months, but they obviously don't care. So.
Buzzsaw VG with the $5 says, all we are saying is give fun a chance.
Mm-hmm. I still have fun in the game, don't get me wrong. I have fun in the game because I play my own way. I'm not worried about Galactic Legend Rey and Kylo. As a free-to-play, I can't be. If I was worried about being competitive, I would probably quit. But I hit that wall before and came to terms.
I lost it during match day because of the GS bug.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I mean...
Yeah, the super secret counter doesn't work anymore.
No.
Nope.
Okie dokie.
Did they fix Malevolence at all? Speaking about bugs,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
the one you can't enter it with a geo territory battle, I guess.
I don't remember if they fixed
I
it or
mean,
not. That was a little while ago. They may have fixed that one, actually.
We said this a while ago, that if CG just took a month or two and said, we are going to do nothing but work on the coding, fix bugs and stuff like that, and announced it, like, we would be on board. Like, we would be like, oh, yeah, go do that. Yeah, fix that. Fix all that shit. And we would just be like, I'll take no content as long as you fix all the crap in the game and then move forward from that and get to where you can start just dropping stuff. They don't say that. They don't let us know they're doing that. And I'll say they're not doing that with these kind of announcements. We don't see an impact. What kind of stats and data are you looking at? It is a huge bug. It has a huge detrimental effect in Arena and GAC and things of that nature. I mean, if you are too out of touch with the game to even notice something that basic with Gas doing what he's not supposed to be doing and not understand how it is impacting players in Arena, GSC, TW, and further and down the line, I don't know what to tell you, CG. I got nothing for you.
Why did they do it though? Was it because
hey,
of the,
Jimmy Mushroom?
It's because of the Sith Raid freezing or something like that, right? Is that why they did it?
I have no idea.
Because it's that it makes the character come out of sync or something, and then all the buttons disappear or something like that. So it had to complete the cycle, I guess, or something like that. But.
There is probably something to that because that's related to what's going on with the gas. At least some players are defending this better than CG is, which is kind of sad. Because there is a potential defense for it, and it's actually one that I would probably get behind, which is the wording
we're not
issue.
bringing that up because CG ain't bringing it up.
Yeah.
I'm not helping their cause.
Yeah, I know. But there's actually a wording issue that actually defends their position rather than the crap that they put out there.
But they're not putting that out there. They put that other nonsense out there, so no. So you know what we should do, Finn? We should go and read all the shout outs and stuff like that. People, VIPs, things of that nature.
But we need a commercial first. Let's do a commercial. We'll get a nice break.
Okay, let's roll the wheel this time. We did the Kermit commercial for the lovely JSBM because she really wanted to see Kermit. We're gonna spin the wheel. Oh my God, it's spin. Ah, there it is. It's spinning.
And this one's for Brian.
Yeah,
we're spinning it here
for Brian.
AKA Fling Monkey Poo.
Oh. Let's see what it lands on. We got... You're not going to believe what it landed on.
Did it go Kermit again?
Did it go Kermit. Hey, everybody! Yeah. Guess what? We get another round of Kermit!
No,
Yay!
re-roll it.
What do you mean, Finn?
Are you
saying you don't like... Hey, I've got something long and green I can stick up you, Finn, if you don't like it.
New commercial!
Fine. Grins, what's Finity is known as what is called a douche. Say it with me. Douche. We're going to roll it again. Let me just come over here and push the button. And no, it could have been a lot of fun, but no, Finn's a downer. Okay, let's see what it lands on. Alright, it's spinning. Okay. Let's see. I hope it lands on me again so I can tell Finn to go to hell. Damn it, it's not going to. Alright, around the world, USA. Let's play that one. Here we go. Everybody mute your mics.
Reality Skewed Gamers has spent more than 1 year bringing you quality gaming entertainment and knowledge, and the RSG crew loves giving back to their fans. With the help of Brockfinity Productions, Reality Skewed Gamers wants to increase the cultural knowledge in addition to the gaming knowledge that their fans possess. So in a departure from the typical gaming information that they provide, we present to you a new segment for cultural growth, Around the World with RSG. Today, we'll explore the United States of America, an area known for its great landmarks such as the Statue of Liberty, the Seattle Space Needle, and of course the theme park that everyone loves, Disney World. Grande Patron will take you through the United States of America today. Grande, take it away.
The chicken is in the corner! I want to catch that damn thing. What do I have to catch with? You think if I threw a jacket over it?
And that concludes this episode of Around the World with RSG.
Okay, instead of getting more of me, we got more of stupid-ass Grande choking his chicken, or chasing it. But now we're going to turn it over to the lovely Julie Andrews, who's going to do all the shout-outs, and it's
kind of weird in a metrosexual kind of way. Well, hello there, nurse. Come around here often?
Hello.
Would you like something long and green?
No, thank you.
Once you go green, that's all you mean.
Well, does that mean money? Because if you have money, that's a whole separate issue.
Sure, it means money.
Yay!
Yeah.
Did I do that right? Yay!
I will give you money later. Yeah, money. All right, take it over, Julie. Yay!
Yay! All right, so I am here to do the shout outs for everybody that is here. And first, I am going to shout out all of the patrons. So these are the patrons for the RSG channel. It is Alux12, B Masu, CBO97. We're going to start with this already. Everybody with the numbers. Why do you need numbers in your name? You don't need numbers. Just you put words. Words are names. You don't have numbers. Chaos XIII. I am not saying the number. You are Chaos XIII. Chopper BZ. Commander Skywalker. Contingent 33. Darth Teflon. Darth Bob. Oh, I have to say that with the exclamation point. Darth Bob. Devil's Treasure. Dobby. Doc Ravage. Dr. Feelgood. He is apparently the one that makes you feel all right, but I'm not sure. It depends on how you view it. Then let me see who is next. There is DSP. We have Fleeing Monkey Poo, who is in the chat and donating. So thank you very much to Fleeing Monkey Poo. Then we have Guzza Buzza, Hogzilla, Heinzie, and we learned that it is Heinzie. It is not Hennessy. Then we have It Poops Bombs, which sounds very painful. You got JSubM, Jon Snow Awakens. Jon Snow did awaken in Game of Thrones. For those of you that don't watch it, it is a very good show until maybe the last season. But we're not going to get into that discussion. That is a whole separate discussion that we are not going to have now. Then we have Just a Bum, Kalesin, Kashmir, Matthew M. Thomas. We got Maz Kanada, another lady in the chat. Very nice to see. We got several ladies here. We got JSubM. Got Maz Kanata. Oh, and another lady here, Minato Namikaze. That is a very nice lady too. Everyone say hi to Minato Namikaze when you see her next time. We got Moss Mike, ND Fox, Night Ward, Ouchie Dumpling, which I am very sorry, Ouchie, that you were called Uchi. I don't know why they call you Uchi. We can talk to the people at the American Cancer Society, but the name is Ouchie, Ouchie Dumpling. Then we got Posse, Ray Rock, Riverboy 12, another number. I don't like these numbers. Rose Taco, Revenator, Sanely Red, Shadow Val, Sith Lord, Slash Van Rhodes, Strum, Heels, Walter Arnold, and Utah. I like that one. Utah. You also can go Kitiota, but it's Utah. It just works better. Utah. Okay. Then we got the YouTube members. These are the ones that are in the chat with the green text. So if you see the green text, you will see they are YouTube members and they can use all of the emojis in the chat. So if you hear your name, go ahead and put some of the emojis in the chat and show that you are a YouTube member for the channel. We got Bad Rongo, B Masu, Contingent 33, David McKinley, Devil's Treasure, Dexatronic, Dr. Feelgood, FCME, with a whole bunch of numbers afterwards that are all consecutive, and I'm not going to read them. We are not talking about numbers anymore. We got Gino, Guzza Buzza, I'm the Dad. That is very different than this show. Ranger, are you aware of a show called Maury Povich?
Sure.
I saw this show the other day, and the whole thing is about you saying, I am not the father. So somebody in the chat named I'm the Dad is very strange. It seems like the whole premise of all of this is to not be the father. Am I missing something here?
Just keep talking. I'm having a good time.
Okay. Then we got Jacob Baxter, James O. Mahoney, Jason Hummel, Jason Moran, Mark Gaza, Maz Kanata again. Hi, Maz. Then we got Revenator, Sanely Red, Scooby, Shadowval, Slash Van Rhodes, Steve Nichols, SWGOH Gretchen, Teals, T Money, Oh, we got T-Money is one of the... Okay, I heard that she likes pirate speak. So I've been practicing my pirate. Do you want to hear the pirate?
Sure.
Arr! I be a pirate. Give me your booty.
Jesus. Oh my God, no.
I thought it was... I'm still practicing. It was a little bit in the works.
No, not even close. Not even close, no.
Oh, but I tried. Then we got Tras Revin, What Else 73, and Youngin. And then to our Twitch subscribers, we have Big Country Mags, B Masu, CBO 97, Darth Hideous DL. He's very angry. You know that, Ranger? Darth Hideous is very
He's
angry.
a very angry young man, yeah, I know.
I don't know why he gets so angry, but he gets very angry. Darth Ren Iyer, and the Iyer stands for Ireland. It's good to know. Then we have...
morning to you.
We got Doc Ravage, Dr. Feelgood, Double Durgan. Double Durgan, I saw him the other day. He was hiding in the bush.
He likes
Is that normal?
He likes to hang out in the bush. Yeah, he's all about the bush.
Oh. Well, Double Durgan, I apologize for turning on the sprinklers. I didn't know who you were. There was just somebody in the bush. I saw it was
He likes
you.
to be wetting in the bush.
Oh, in that case, congratulations. I turned on the sprinklers. Then we got Dr. Gonzo Wallbanger, GGL Ghost Rider 76, Gondar Kel, got Grande Patron, Hogzilla, Jedi Knight JAH, Justice Smaug, aka that is Stu. I have seen Stu at the beginning of the stream playing the guitar. He is very good at the guitar. Just saying, he's very good at the guitar. Then we got Kalesan Rook, Kiti Ota, Mas Kanata, Ouchie, Rooster Jabrak, Sanely Red, Scooby. He actually just puts it as Scoob with 2 B's at the end. But I know that the last one is supposed to be capital, so it's supposed to be Scooby. So Scooby. Then got Skywalker Vader, Slash Van Rose, Super Zorg, Heels the Smurf, Tip Z, Torin Jax, Tukamot, Wo T, and Wolffell. And those are all of the shout-outs for the patron. And then for the chat shout-outs, I think Finity is going to get that ready. Loki, are you ready for doing the shout-outs?
Are you done?
Well, I was waiting.
Man, I'm not done. Please continue.
Do you want me to wait, Loki? I'm Affinity is working on getting all of the names for you.
No, you can do it.
Okay, I can. But you want me to read it?
Yes. Please continue.
I was not prepared for this. Okay, hold on. Let me get the list from Finity here for all of the.
Just keep talking. Take your time.
I got to get all the shout outs together. Okay, so this is new. So you guys are going to hear me read a lot of names that I was not prepared to read. So this is going to be very unpleasant. I practice the other ones a lot because I have to practice these things and read. And again, I don't like all of the numbers.
Just go
They're very
very
distracting.
slowly.
Go slowly? Why do I have to go slowly?
So we can hear you better.
You can't hear me normal?
No.
Oh, well, okay. I will try to read this slowly for you. So, shout outs to everybody that put the word of the day in the chat. So, we got Apparingo, Aska Meow, Baby Yoda, Bad Rongo, B Coots, BJ Finley, Brian Bodie, Briarius Aegon, CBO, Contingent. Is that slow enough, Ranger?
It's for me. Ranger's not here right now.
Oh, is that slow enough for you, Karmi?
All right, pick it up. Dr. Gonzo's going to lose his mind if we don't include and hurry this up. So go,
Oh, okay,
go fast.
so now I will go
pick
faster.
It up.
Okay.
Yeah, go faster.
Okay.
Faster.
Okay.
Do it faster.
Oh, that's a...
Faster,
that's
pick it
something
up.
I
Say it
normally
faster.
say. Okay, we got Copenhagen, Darth Hideous, Darth Vader 87, Dr. Feelgood, Gavin Mothma, Green, Jasa BN, Jacob Baxter, Jason Hummel, Jason Hobby, Jason Crewley, John Moran, JVU 420, Nice Templar, Mostaf Isley, Nobunaga, Ouchie Dumpling, Kitorian, Rayrock, Raza972, Revenator, Riverboy, Ronin's Eye, Rooster, Rose Tacos, Skywalker Vader, Flashman Rose, Smoke311, Stalbot, Storm Rider 59, The Honkler, The Sedge, Torin Jax, Urs, Water73, Wolfell, and Uda.
Good job, Julie Andrews. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, this is for you, Kermit. Yay!
Kermit died. Kermit.
Oh,
He had a
that is very sad.
He had a stroke.
Oh. Poor Kermit.
That's what happens. So.
Okay, I have to go now then.
He said something about needing a smoke and a cigarette and something to
Well,
eat.
let me go.
You said it's just a tip, and I gotta carry this thing around for 9 months. Oh
CBO 97 cheered. X125.
That's perfect. Thank you, CBO 97 for the bits. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Oh, Julie Andrews has come back. Yay. Oh, wait, Julie. It's Julie. It's Finn. There's Finn.
Hi.
Turka says, I'll see you soon, Julie.
There you go. The return of Julie Andrews.
There you go. The return of Julie Andrews, and Kermie was very happy.
All right. So we're at 9:30, which is roughly the right time. Are you ready for the questions, Ranger?
I'm ready. Fire them away.
It's
Let's
time.
do this.
Okay. Let me get all the questions here, and we'll get started. Okay. So whatever questions have been submitted up until now are the ones we're asking.
Yep.
So first one, Revenator. Question for Ranger. Between the two, who would you rather relic? Resistance Hero Finn or Resistance Hero Poe?
Oh, okay. That was
When I only had one baby,
I thought it was-
just be dip and lie. We get it
I thought it was
out.
gonna
We
be-
ended up
teasing
having
out.
two babies.
XO68 cheered. X126.
somewhere.
You asked for legitimate questions to tease you.
No way.
Yeah, and then we got somewhere McVenom is writing Grande's list on yeah. Actually, I think Finn would be the one I would relic first. But I'm going to relic both of them, but I do relic Finn first.
Durgan?
Yeah.
Goddamn Durgan. All right. Next question, Dr. Feelgood.
Okay.
No, actually. Next one is actually Revenator. Question
Sure.
for Ranger.
Sure.
How much ranting do you plan on doing when you finally have the prereqs for Galactic Legend Rey and Kylo, but get money locked behind the tickets to attempt the event?
Oh, it'll be coming. Don't you worry about it, my friend.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Next question, from Revenator.
Mm-hmm.
Said if a CG SWGOH clown was handing out tickets, would you be brave enough to take them?
If CG was handing out tickets, would I be brave?
If a CG SWGOH clown was handing out tickets.
No, I would kick the crap out of the clown and then take the tickets because
There you go.
Yeah, I don't like clowns, so
There you go. Oh, I have to answer this question because Tumblr just put it in the chat. So can someone explain to me what the Grande EXO thing is all about? So it's not a Grande EXO thing. On our Twitch channel, Tumblr, we have a amount of bits that you can donate, and it triggers an audio clip. And so if you go onto our Twitch page, you can actually see it. That's actually where EXO is donating from. Our alerts show not only YouTube but also Twitch stuff, and some of them actually are Grande impersonating McVenom. So EXO likes those because one, Grande is ridiculous, and two, McVenom's going to kill him every time it plays.
pretty much, yeah.
So that's why EXO picks those. Okay, next question, Perline Woods. Question: do you think Biggs and Wedge will get a Zeta added to them?
Give you
because
up, never gonna let you down, never gonna tell a
Biggs and
lie,
Wedge.
desert you.
CBO.
Again? Did he do me
CBO
again?
76 bits, Rick rolling the entire stream.
Guys,
Hold on.
There we go.
But I just, I have a lot of other things I have to do. I have to paint my nails. I have to look good. Plus I've been too busy just getting just the tip. That I'm just telling you, I just haven't had time to get your cross-stitch done. It's just, why are you pushing me? Why are you pushing me? Just stop pushing me, okay? That's all I'm saying. Stop. I have things I have to get done.
You're dead, man.
XO68 cheered. X777.
You're gonna die so horribly. I
Grande's
can't.
He is.
I can't even hear it. I just remember what I said.
Yeah, that was the cross stitch and mods one.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't push me. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So do you think Biggs and Wedge are gonna get a Zeta added to them? Probably not.
No.
No, they're not really going backwards anymore.
No.
They're only looking at forward characters pretty much. So I don't. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement.
I mean, when was the last time we got a halfway decent rework? It's been a while. Grievous, maybe. Maybe
Grievous
Jedi
was-
Knight Anakin.
Yeah.
Maybe Ahsoka. It's been a while.
I know a certain Jedi Master Dash is waiting for some reworks to come down the pipe.
From a particular bald Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one here, Loki. I'll give this one to you. From Jason Krulik. It said, "Do you expect the finalizer to be released next week? Do you also expect the next batch of requirements to be announced next week?"
Ring, ring, I hope so. I mean, they wanted to. It sounded like they wanted to kick something off on Friday. Or I'm sorry, not Friday, but it's like I'm sorry. I thought it was already the first week of March, but I mean, they want to kick something off for the first week of March, right? So
yeah.
I would say yes, but I wouldn't hold them to it because they've been late with everything else.
Right.
Grinding, is there anything you would like to say to the Mystic Venom who's laying in bed and recovering from her surgery?
I can't even hear what I said.
That's right.
So,
I gave you the link.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't work every time. I gotta go look. I gotta go open it again.
But forget all that. Is there anything you'd like to say to Mystic Venom as she's laying there recovering from major surgery?
It was just a tad.
It's not quite what it meant.
Oh my god, that was not right.
Stop saying that word! I hate it! CBO97 cheered. X150.
Oh my god,
Oh
CBO.
God.
Okay. All right then.
Christ.
Yeah, he has learned nothing, Stormrider.
I
So
tried to
Ranger,
give
next
him-
question.
I tried to give him an out, and he just stuck it right back in.
Yeah. And that donation by CBO didn't help either.
No, it didn't,
Okay.
yeah.
Next one from Ranger, you can handle this one from Elliot Warsfold. He says, "I have a 4 million GP roster.
Yes.
Should I be going for a Galactic Legend, or should I finish Gear 13ing some key characters like Grandmaster Yoda, GBA, CLS, etc. first?"
Characters. Don't go for Galactic Legends.
I think for right now, until we figure out exactly how everything works with these Galactic Legends, you can't chase new shiny. I'm not even chasing new shiny yet. I'm like getting prepared to chase new shiny. G12 plus 5, the ones you've got, hoard the rest, because we don't know if you need to go one way or another. But for someone who's not there yet, don't go for these Galactic Legends yet. You could hedge, right? I mean, you could get Kylo and Rey and Finn and a couple of other key characters that get used in other areas. You could get them up to G11, G12, G13. But that's because you would use them in other areas.
You can just hush.
Don't do it just for this thing yet, because we're not sure everything that's going to happen yet. Did you do it again?
No, you played a different clip in the middle of your talking, which is McVenom saying, "You can just hush."
That's fantastic.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Next question. Grande, give this one to you from John Moran.
Okay.
Said, question, what from the required tunes for the Galactic Legends, which are the best or most useful ones to Relic first? I already Relic 7'd Rey, and I'm going for the Galactic Legend Rey first.
I would do Rey and Finn. That would be the two I would work on, because Rey and Finn currently make up the Rey Finn team that you would use in P1 of the HSTR. They also make a really great team for offense for GAC or for TW. So those would be the two I would go for. And after that, I would stop.
Okay.
Show announcement. Right after we get done with these questions, we're going to pop over to Urz's stream and we're going to troll the shit out of him, because I've thought about what we're going to say. We're going to say, Urz, are you carby yet like Ranger? That's what we're going to put.
All right. I kind of like Resistance Trooper personally. I think he's my favorite.
He's a good one,
hero on
yeah.
that
I
team.
thought, for a second I think you said pilot. I was like, Finn, you
No,
son of a
not
bitch.
pilot,
No,
not pilot,
no.
trooper. Okay. Next question. Saber Shark, why not go for 20,000? Oh, you're talking about the Tiltify campaign.
We're pretty close, but I mean,
I'm gonna say it's logistics.
Yeah,
I'll
just,
simplify it.
we're tired.
Yeah, it's not that. It's a longer conversation,
I'm
but
tired.
it's more about the logistics of the campaign.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason why.
Yeah.
And I guess quick summary, our timeline for the campaign goes from April to April, which doesn't align with people's normal schedule for donations and stuff, which is normally for each calendar year, so January to December. We've had some people ask us about that and stuff. So we're trying to be more mindful of that, especially as we do it, so it doesn't feel like we're like fundraising for two different campaigns for like the entirety of a year.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main reasons. Rooster question, can we get a 3-minute synopsis of who the Eternal Twins are and why they are more aggravating than Grande Patron? You want to take that, Ranger?
They're not more aggravating than Grande Patron, first off. But the second thing is the Eternal Twins are from the Old Republic, the Star Wars role-playing game. It was the Eternal Throne. They are twins born of the Emperor, who was vicious, but that's a whole nother story. But they're twins. They were sent forth as kids. They were raised in the Force as warriors, Arkin and Thexan. And there's a cinematic that really explains who they are. There's much more to the lore than that. But they are the sons of the Emperor. And they are his main generals that go out and start kicking the shit out of the galaxy. And in the Old Republic storyline, and I don't really want to go into that until I get to the lore video because that'll spoil a lot of shit. Oh, no. And Kitty had to perfectly time that. Just watch the Turtle Twins cinematic. Jesus. That was so well timed.
It was so perfectly timed. Oh my god. Grande missed it, but Ranger was talking in the middle of it, and then all of a sudden he got his own sound clip of saying, I'm pretty stupid, right in the middle of him talking. You guys are having too much fun with that. Okay.
I do this for the charity and for the kids.
Next question. Aparingo, question for Ranger. Who's your favorite of the Eternal Twins?
Actually, off the top of my head, I don't really have a favorite. In the Old Republic game, I actually had the brown outfit of, I think it was Archon. No, he had the white outfit, Thexan. I had Thexan's outfit that I ran around with my Sith warrior and stuff. So, Thexan was more the level-headed of the two. Archon, because of what happened to him, was a little bit more. I mean, that dude went dark side like a mug. So, a little murderous rage. So, Thexan was kind of, if you read some of the lore and stuff on him, he was more level-headed and cool-headed, like moi.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Roddy Gas the Brown.
All right. Next question from Fling Monkey Poo. Question for Ranger. What are your thoughts on the Astros cheating scandal?
They got what they got and everything they deserve. So,
I don't think they've gotten everything yet.
No, they have not gotten
But the problem is in sports is like, so people want to take away their banners away. And I always come back like, if you want to punish the players and fire and fine them and do all that shit, I have no problem with that. But you ain't taking the banners away. You didn't do it for the Patriots. You didn't do it to all the teams that were on amphetamines. You didn't do it to the steroids era. You can't have a double standard. So if you want to put an asterisk or some shit on it, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, they cheated. They paid the price. They lost draft picks. I think the fine wasn't stiff enough. This is my team we're talking about. I think they should have been charged like $50 million.
It's my team. That's the last
our
team.
team.
I went to multiple games last season.
You know, so if they got charged like $100 million, I would have been like, yeah, that's pretty fair.
Here's the other thing too: is it's only the tip of the iceberg with this deal. I'm going to tell you right now, there is way. This goes way deeper than just the Astros.
Yeah, they said there was 8 to 9 teams that were doing this shit.
I mean, if we really get into it, I'm going to tell you. We could talk about baseball for a long time. I literally just came from a baseball practice. I live, breathe, and sleep baseball and softball. I'm going to tell you that if you get down to this, so many teams have been doing this. There was a light in the sign at at the Phillies stadium,
yeah,
where they would actually turn on the light if it was a fastball and turn off the light if it wasn't a fastball. I mean, some of these teams have been doing this with electronics for a very, very, very long time. And all these players want to beat down on the Astros. Just wait. This crap is coming to a head. I'm going to tell you, when you ban technology from the game, I mean, think about this. You have earpieces in the quarterback's ear right now in Major League Football games. And the reason why is so they eliminated sign stealing in the NFL, right? Because sign stealing was a thing in the NFL.
See the Patriots.
And they said, well, we can fix that. We'll just put a mic in his ear and you guys can go to whatever channel you want. It's not a problem. I'm telling you right now that once technology exists, how are you ever going to keep someone from accidentally or on purpose accidentally using it when they shouldn't? I'm going to tell you, this is I love this game. This is one of my favorite games ever.
Football.
I meant pro football. Pro football does it.
Yeah. But I mean, there's been scandals in the past, but you know,
the problem is they're not contright about it. They've come out and said some really stupid things.
They have, but I mean,
that's the bigger problem.
Yeah. They've been a jerk. The Astros have been a-holes about it. The Astros had a whole. Here's the thing too: is they waited a month. They should have had a whole freaking "I'm sorry" PR campaign for the last month, where they were saying, "We're sorry, we didn't mean to do that. We screwed up." And then it was just them. All these other players wouldn't have been in their locker rooms at their spring training camps, being able to ask them everything they wanted to do. They could have squashed this 30 days ago.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So
Grim doesn't like sports.
I know. We're moving on. Don't worry.
Shut up, Grim.
Jason BM.
God damn, we talk about other shit, but we don't talk about shit you like. That's pretty selfish, Grim.
I mean, we don't. I mean, look.
We're talking about NASCAR racing. Grim would be like, "Hey, it's great."
I mean, we literally had a paragraph about it.
Yeah. All right. Jason BM question: what are your thoughts on where to run Cody? I like him a lot.
Nowhere.
Oh, you know, Cody is actually pretty good.
Cody sucks.
Under Shock T, right? So if you
Loki, back me up on this. Granny's talking shit. He sucks.
Dude, I know people with like R7 Codys and they still can't beat that special mission, man.
He sucks.
That GK mission is just terrible, man.
It is a bad mission. I agree. But I will tell you that in a general realm, right? You have enough characters for 501st. You can move one of the clones off of the 501st, put Ahsoka on that team, and then roll one of the clones onto the Shock T team, and then run it with two other Jedi on.
Don't bother with Cody; he's garbage.
Look, I mean, you got to get him what? Relic 3, Relic 4, Relic 5.
I wouldn't worry about the special mission for a long time, brothers and sisters.
I did it. But look, I did it before all this Galactic Legend crap came out. Right? Post knowing about Galactic Legend stuff, like seriously, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Don't even.
All right, next question. Apparingo. Question for Ranger. Are you willing to cosplay as an Eternal Twin in the next marathon, Disney trip, or any public event?
I can't afford that. No.
It is. It's expensive for the
and I would die. And I would die.
Ranger does have to do something at the next one, which is you have to bring your Darth Revan costume and you have to kiss Porg McFadden so we can take a picture and get that signed.
I have to actually bring that?
Yeah, because you don't have a Porg McFadden. You only have to wear it in the apartment. You don't have to run with it or anything.
Yeah, I gotta put
you just need to put the
shit
picture
on and stuff. Can I just? Oh God!
I'll bring my Jedi Knight Consular or my Jedi Consular stuff.
Are you flying or driving this time?
I'm flying.
All right. Next one.
Last time he flew was when he jumped out of a C-130.
Yeah, I didn't fly for long either.
So this is gonna be an interesting.
Yeah, a lot of aircraft I've flown in, I've jumped out of.
All right. Next one. Revenator question for Grande. Did you win your baseball game? And follow up, did you have fun?
It was just a practice. So I coach an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old. I should rephrase that. I'm an assistant coach for an 11-year-old and an assistant coach for a 9-year-old. Well, we always have a good time. It's about hanging out, making little kids better at sports, making sure they have an enjoyable time.
Brian Bodie's next question: who are the Eternal Twins? We answered that already. Yes. Rooster question: Ranger, can you end the Eternal Twins lore video by saying I think Revenator's a dickhole?
I know. I wish I could, but I can't.
I mean, if people are going to go onto this. They're going to go for this video for a. I mean, think about this. Anyone on the internet might be like, "Who are the Eternal Twins?" I mean, it could get linked in freaking Wikipedia. We can't do stuff like that, guy.
Oh, I'm going to go all in, so it'll be but I can't say that at the end because it'll be a video for the public. So
Ray Rock Curly has a softball team. Baby has a baseball team, and I coach them both.
All right, next one, Revenator question: does Remon have 2-dot mods on his stick ray?
Don't ask. It's horrifying.
No, I don't think
mods,
so.
Man.
They're 3-dot.
Revenator
How does
question.
He even still have 3-dot mods?
I don't know, man. You see this shit all the time. That's why Gom started doing all the photos because every time Remon would take a picture of his characters, I'm like, what the hell?
We would all be distracted by the
I was
mods.
like, wait a minute. Is that crit damage and crit chance on Kenobi? What are you smoking, man?
Yeah.
Is that a 3-dot mod? What are you doing, man?
Man.
All right. Revenator question. Remember when... I'll ask this of Loki. Revenator says, remember when CG would make their posts fun or hide puzzles within their posts or talk about new original content in their posts? Question mark.
I just looked at... He's running a 3-dot mod on Dengar. He's got a 2-dot mod on Farm Boy Luke. I'm sorry.
That 3-dot mod's been on Dengar for like 5 years.
Yeah, since inception.
It's fused on him, man.
He has a 1-dot mod on Hoth Rebel Scout.
Yeah.
Darth Hideous question: if I were going
He's got
to,
a 4-dot
I don't know,
mod on Grand Moff Tarkin, and a 3-dot on Old Ben, and a 4-dot.
All right, Darth Hideous question: if I were
on
going
Crew.
to, I don't know, beat Finn to death, should I borrow a stick from Rey or Chirrut?
Ray.
I would say Ray.
Ray's turns into a lightsaber.
Ooh, yeah.
Loki.
I like that Loki. That's that pimp side of you coming out. I like that. I like the filthy Loki.
All right. Revenator question: do you think that these tickets for Galactic Legends means they won't be a 7-star unlock, or that they'll be able to even unlock them after completing the event?
I don't know what the hell they're doing, man.
They said it was a 7-star unlock.
Yeah, it's 7-star.
They said it's a 7-star unlock. So you may get some shards from something before you start getting tickets, but it sounds like all your tickets
over
are
under
be
400 card text for the new characters.
Well, it's a. If we think this is a personal raid, then you're just collecting the shards, right? And then yes, it will be a 7-star unlock at the end.
Yeah,
but over under 400 card text.
Are you saying the shock prods and the battleships together in the Kyra
Yeah, I'll
text,
include
or
all of it.
individual?
I'll be lenient on
If
that.
you're combining it, then yes.
Over or under?
I think
it's
going to be
it's
even.
funny,
I think there's going to be 4 of each.
400. Okay.
At this point, I looked at my Carbantes. I have like 600 of them, man.
Not for much longer.
Holy crap! No, I don't even think you're going to use it on her anymore.
No, but
No,
like
it's all
when
the
you
new
start Gear
stuff.
12 and these are to the Relic 13, there's got a lot of characters that those Corpunches go boop 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 boop.
Shoot. Man.
Yeah.
But not on the new ones. That's what I'm saying. You know.
Well,
Yeah.
don't
right.
just assume that makes an ass out of you and me, Loki.
So for you guys in chat, just fill me in. It looks like Urza's stream crashed. Like, is he coming back or what happened? Let us know. We're gonna raid Urz after. So.
Yeah, we're gonna raid this monkey ass.
All right. Next one is from What Else 73. He said, "Question, Grande,
he's
why
back
did you mention pizza? Now I'm waiting for a pizza to get to my house."
Yeah, Grande, stupid
Man,
ass Grande.
I got to tell you, to be honest, it is new. If we end up with a personal raid, right, like an individual personal
What
raid.
the hell does that have to do with goddamn pizza?
Well, because I made an analogy earlier.
The analogy was to pizza.
That
remember?
like a guild.
But that's not what he's
like an
asking. He
extra
says he
large.
wants a pizza now. Respond to the actual question.
I am responding.
Talk
It's
about
like
pizza, not the game. Dumbass.
He mentioned pizza because that was the only analogy he could come up with.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
I got DoorDash. We can send somebody a pizza, man.
Yeah.
I'll take one. Hook me up, Loki. What's up?
I like that Papa Murphy's the best, man. And they got
Papa
some
Murphy's?
They got some insane coupons, bro.
That must be.
And
All right, we are on a
and here's the
huge
thing,
tangent
too.
now.
Here's the thing too with Papa Murphy's, right? The reason, first of all, it's tax free because because it's not cooked, which means you don't have to pay tax, which means I'm sticking it to the man. Second of all, I like my pizza crispy. The kids like it kind of soft and gooey, so I can cook theirs for 9 minutes and then pop the thing off and put it on there for 1 minute, and I can cook mine for 12. Pop off the paper and stick it in for another 2, and mine's crispy and theirs is gooey. It's freaking awesome. No,
All right, next question.
Papa Murphy's is a take home and bake.
All right, we're going to the next question now.
It's fresh.
Revenator question: if the event is too difficult for the requirement relics, and you only get so many tickets, how much cheating do you think that will inspire upon the player base?
I don't know how you cheat on this.
APK hacking to do the event.
Oh, well then, good luck.
Dr. Gonzo says I'm a cheapo.
You really are. What a bastard. Yeah.
I like my.
Although, in his
problem is,
defense,
what if
in his defense, cheap pizza is the way to go with kids because they don't give a shit. Continue, Loki.
What if you? No, I was gonna say, what if you lose the tickets on your like if you attempt it and you just didn't.
It's probably just like a raid.
Right?
It's gonna be like a raid. Like you.
I think it's gonna be like a raid.
It's gonna suck.
So you lose the tickets.
Yeah.
If you
right.
You launch it. You try it. You don't work. You're screwed.
I got a golden ticket.
And then you wait another 6 months.
No. The event is going to be there permanently. They said that the event is going to be permanently open, so it's going to be as part of like the journey guide, so you can attempt it every time you get tickets. And my guess is that like most of the ticket stuff they have, except for sim tickets, there's probably going to be a cap on it. And so once you hit the cap, you're basically like forced to do an attempt or something like that.
All right, next question.
Yeah. Next question. What else? 73 question. Do you think, not that CG would do it, relic gas should be a parameter in matchmaking so people without gas don't have to face gas?
No, suck it up, Buttercup. Next question.
I'm gonna tell you, I haven't seen very much of that. I'm sure it happens with like people that are right on the cusp of being high GP but no gas. And
I
people
see it
that are
all
low
the time, buddy.
I see it.
Every GAC.
Really?
I see it in the opposite way. Yeah, I see people.
Everybody
with gas.
doesn't have
very
gas.
seldom, but I do.
They have gas, but it's like 5 or 6 stars, and they're facing mine that's Relic 7.
Yep, and I have 0 gas, and I have faced people that have
I
gas.
can't remember the last time I saw a gas that wasn't Relic 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you're way higher in the top 80 GP than both of us, but yeah. So the problem with that, right, is again, keep in mind when you're asking them to do that, you're asking them to put a qualifier, like a quality assessment on each of the characters.
Correct.
Looking at everything you've seen, do you really want CG to do that?
Let me tell you, when
they don't understand the game.
When they start telling you that there's like good, better, best in the GP, they're going to say that gas is the most important, and then they're going to come out with something else, and they're not going to redo which is the #1 character in the game anymore.
Yep.
Which means that the game is going to be matching people based on I don't know, like who has BB-8 and who doesn't, and we're like 7 metas past that, and then you're going to have free-to-play players or like lower players that got it later. They're like, oh, the game is matchmaking based on if you have a Relic 7 BB-8 or not. So don't unlock BB-8, and you have these like you get these like cheesy matches, and you're going to have people like limping in and like freaking banging trash cans and deflating footballs basically in the freaking GAC.
And Grande knows all about being limp.
All right. Next question, CBO97. Question, as we get more power creep, do you think they will add new brackets to GAC?
Nope.
Okay,
eventually.
So I do want to be careful about the use of power creep, right? And because we have something in this game called Galactic Power, right? Power creep in a game does not refer to what I think you're talking about, which is Galactic Power, right? Power creep involves the kit of a character and having so many powers associated with it that it's so OP that it changes the entire dynamic of a game, makes a bunch of previous characters useless by making the new ones so strong that they just way overwhelm everything else, right? So power creep does not necessarily equate directly to Galactic Power. Now, we are getting so many new things, right? So to your question, between the new Poe, the new Finn, the Sith Trooper, the General Hux, the also when you include Fleet in there, you also get the Radis as one of those, right? We are getting introduced a lot of characters Plus, now we're going to get 2 very high galactic power characters that are going to increase the galactic power a lot. That I would say, even as we stand right now, where the GPs of some of the top players are like above 6 point, like Loki, would you
They're
say
above
about
7. I
half?
think there's some guys that are above 7.
There might be some at 7, but I would imagine somewhere in Grande too, your Ma and the TI guild probably have at least half of the people in the guild above like 6.5 million, I would imagine, right?
Remember, I'm not in like the...
Oh, you're not in the top Ma. But the top Ma probably has like half of them above
Ma.
6.5, I would imagine.
I'm going to say that
I think it's more than that now.
Over half
More
the
than
guilds,
half?
over half the guilds over 6
Over
million.
9,000?
Over 6 million. Okay.
Over 6
So-
million for sure.
I'm seeing dudes at like 7-1, 7-2 now.
Yeah.
Also. So it's crazy.
Yeah, there are some guys at well over 7. Yeah.
Yeah. 7-3. I mean, shoot,
Yep.
it's nuts.
So the GP is already at a point that a long time ago we probably should have had a new division around like 525 or something like that. And with now we
closer to
probably
6.
well, we probably need 2 divisions now, in my opinion. We
Yeah.
probably
The
need
same
one
thing
that's
happened-
a cutoff at
the
like
same thing
5, 4,
The same thing
6, 2,
happened-
something like
the
that.
same thing happened in TW though. Remember,
Yeah.
we needed like 4 divisions. The problem is they only want to address it once, right? Like, so they're not going to address it for another 2 or 3 months, maybe 6 months, and then they're going to bring in like 4 more divisions.
Yeah. And the problem is, remember, that was the big issue with the territory wars. I had no issue with them increasing the number of teams per territory, right? The problem is they did not scale it correctly. And so that's what caused all of the problems with TW. GAC needs the increase of brackets, but they need to make sure they scale the teams correctly that everyone needs. And that's going to be the key for them.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, that's going to be super tricky. And the reason why is because if you got to put 6 or 8 teams on defense, I mean, if you got to put like 10 teams, 12 teams, 14 teams on defense, everyone is going to get accused of cheesing. Oh, you're cheesing me. Well, what the heck?
I need 14 teams on offense. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Exactly.
People are going to put some, Phoenix and Ewoks, and they're going to put, a Rogue One team on defense because, if you have that many teams, and here's the deal: if you do that, you're getting to the point where it's going to force people to go more offense and less defense. The more teams you make them put on, because they need to save more in case the other person went all D.
Yep.
All right. Next question. Let's get through these.
Let's see. Next question is... Hold on. Just lost it there. Okay. Next question is Revenator question. Would Ranger trust CG Affinity if he brought Porgs into the game that could solo every team and were behind a $10,000 pack?
Yeah, actually, I would. Compared to what CG's record is, I goddamn would. And that's me saying something. Just think about that for a second.
Darth Hideous question. Question. So, how about the Battle Royale update in Call of Duty Mobile?
Okay,
I know nothing about that.
The next question.
Revenator question. Have you played the Lego SWGOH clone yet? It's pretty solid if you're looking for new content.
Yeah,
I've seen it. I haven't
played it yet, but we're planning on hitting that game up. So
there you go.
There you go.
Kazekage 2, easy question. Do y'all miss the tournament from past years?
No.
I'd rather do than this crap CG had.
No. Tournaments were
garbage.
no good. Man, literally you could not sleep for 36 hours.
Can I say from the CG Affinity perspective, the tournaments when they were for crystals were friggin' awesome. Because you just had whales spending. Do you know how much money they probably made during that time that could have funded so much more in the game by just leaving tournaments open? Like, I was thinking about it, and from a player perspective, yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, what happened? Riemann fell asleep and woke up in second place because he accidentally passed out while trying to stay up for the 30th hour.
He was fighting Obi Cries.
He was playing Obi Cries and then got second.
They dropped like $900 on Shore Trooper, basically.
Yep. And so from a money perspective, I mean, that's a really easy way for you to make money if people are willing to pay in order to go up, but it's a really bad player experience.
Here's the other thing too is you would if you didn't get in early and start to churn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most players would be like, I'll just get top 20, I'll just get top 30, right? And so you had a bunch of players that were like, I'm not going to spend. And so you had those 3 or 4 guys, but you didn't have 500 guys. Whereas when they do it, when it's more obtainable, I mean, you'd look at it and you'd be like, oh, look, I'm in here with Sir Loki. Well, Sir Loki, are you going for it or not? Loki tells me I'm going all in. I'm balls deep on the deal. Then I'm like, I'm out, right? Loki's going all in. I'm out. And so you just wouldn't play this one. You'd be like, I'll hit the next one.
All right,
maybe I won't get Loki.
Next question.
All right, Dark Lords, Darth Coco.
Hey.
Question: how many shards of said character do you think you would get each time you complete the personal raid?
I don't know. We don't have any information.
So I think it's going to be tiers, right? You got to do tier
I
1.
hope not. I hope it's
two,
just you have to accumulate enough tickets to do the event and get the 7-star unlock. Because if they do it any other way, I'm going to be.
If they do it like a raid, though, right? Like we see a limit on the number of shards you get with
a
raid.
I'm going to tell you, it's going to be like a personal raid. You're going to get 25 shards and then 25.
That's going to be.
You say 25? I'm going to say 10.
Yeah, I'm going to lose my shit and probably quit this game if they do some shit like that. I'm telling you right now.
It's going to be just like a marquee.
I'm done. If they do that shit, I'm done.
Tier 3.
Done.
Ranger.
I'm not playing their game that kind of.
He has his breaking point. Grande.
That's gonna be enough for me. I'll be like Warrior, like keep putting that goddamn glass on the tennis court. You got another one off the board.
I mean, they kind of already alluded to it. There's going to be 4. There's 4.
I agree.
Right? There could be 4 phases of this thing, and then you get whatever the conversion is. Right?
That'd be different if you have to beat
4,
each phase. But if it's a raid and you have to just get after you complete each one, you get like a certain amount of tokens, like 10. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done with this game.
It could be 4 mini raids.
I don't. If it's anything like that, I'm done. I'm done.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think you got to make a team of 5. They're giving you 3 prereqs, right? And then your other 2 have to be equally good. But they're not going to make them a prereq.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
I will be so done.
No, I think each level of these 5 tiers of this thing, they're gonna give you the 5 characters you need to put in.
Buzzsaw, you are awful. That is going to drive Ranger insane. If the way that you get tickets is
I'll be done.
Get one to get tickets.
Yeah,
I'll be done.
That would be awful.
Conversion. You got to convert get 1 to get 2, and then you got to use get 2.
So pick Malik, Gas, Wampa, Hermit Yoda, or tickets.
You got to convert get 1 to get 2 in order, and you got to have get 2 in order.
That would be so awful. Okay.
Or you know, it'd be horrible is if they put tickets in Grand Arena, man. That would be awful.
God
right?
Damn.
So
that would be bad.
You have to get first place.
And Grande would be screwed just because of his matchups. You would get completely screwed.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I get whatever the one is right below Kyber every time.
Yep.
But I always get the one that's right below Kyber every time.
All right. Next question. Buzzsaw VG, does the unintentional change in gas count as new content?
No, that's just asinine.
It's called lazy.
Stuff.
BJ Friendly. Question, what's the 5s bug? So the 5s bug is because of the way his coding is, it's not 100%, but for his res ability to kick in, every character needs to be before him in the lineup, and so you have to put 5s in the 5th spot. Otherwise, some of the characters that are after him, if you put him in like the 3rd spot, the 4th and 5th spot, may not get resed. It's not 100% that it happens, but it happens, and they know that it's an issue, but they say just put him in the 5th spot and just deal with it. That's effectively their response. It was all right. Buzzsaw VG question: did Ranger just sip his cocktail with his finger raised?
Yeah, right. When Finn's ranting, I'm going into full high life mode.
Rooster question: where does Finn's hand control the Julie puppet? Comment.
That's a secret.
In the same place Ranger's hand goes in the Kermit puppet.
Buzzsaw VG question: is time and therapy enough
Don't
to
be
recover?
jealous, Grande, because you don't have one up your butt.
God.
Don't be jelly.
Is time and therapy enough to recover from this Finn Indian lady routine? Possibly.
Not for me. I wish she'd do it more. We need more Julie Andrews.
Buzzsaw VG question: did Revenator actually ask 3 questions without referencing the Eternal Twins?
I don't know what's happening.
To which Revenator said, I haven't asked a single Eternal Twins question. Oh my god, Revenator just toying now.
I know, right?
This is actually really funny. He has the ability to ask any Eternal Twins question he wants, and he doesn't ask a single one.
I give up.
Very nicely trolled, Revenator. Very nicely done. Grim question, how about now?
How about now?
The Sedge question, who's the better champion cheater, the Patriots or the Astros?
Oh, the Patriots by far.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots. They got away with it.
Exactly. I misinterpreted the rules.
They're both pretty bad.
But only one got away with it.
Yeah. Conrad E.R. Glover question, can you post a link to Urza's stream? Yep, we'll do that here in a second with what you guys need to copy and paste and when we jump into his chat. And then the last question, the Sedge question, what is the reason you won't say, but you mentioned CG might have a legit excuse for the bug?
He was being nice.
The gas one.
Finn is too nice.
Well, it's the raid, right? It's supposed to fix that.
Yeah.
No. So there's even if that's the reason, right? That's not what they said in their post.
The solo, the HSTR, you mean?
So no, not Jedi Knight Anakin. We're talking about the gas one.
Yeah, Anakin.
Yeah, the gas one is so you can't solo P1, so then you can't solo the whole raid.
Well, so they didn't say that, right? But
I thought it was actually just spring buttons.
Yeah, but there's actually another. How do I say this? There's actually potentially a reason that makes it legitimate. That they're changed. It's not a bug that they're leaving, but it's actually the legitimate thing. And it has to do with the wording of the ability.
But they didn't say that, so they don't get passed.
They did not say it, and we're not saying it because we don't want to give them ideas as to what the reason is. They should have come up with it themselves.
Yeah, we're not helping.
But if you look at the wording, you can kind of figure out what the issue is.
All right.
Potentially. And that could have been a much better reason and actually plausible. But what they said was basically we're lazy and we're not doing anything.
Yeah, basically. All right, so we're going to end the stream. So what we're going to do is I'm going to highlight a few gold Patreons. And then what we're going to do is we're all going to go jump in Erz's channel and say, Erz, are you Kyrie yet like Ranger? That's all we're going to say. Erz, are you Kyrie yet like Ranger? And that's all we're going to say. So Finn's going to put in the chat. We're going to copy and he's going to put the link to Erz's channel. So let's shout out the gold VIPs real quick. And I'll do a countdown before we all jump over there. There you go, Finity. He's got it in there like a champ. First thing we want to do is we're going to shout out all our gold VIPs. These people are amazing. We appreciate all Patreon sponsors, things of that nature, but these folks give away a lot more, and we just want to say thank you for them and shout out their names because couldn't do what we do without these folks. So thank you to all our Gold VIPs. You guys are extra sauce special to us, and we really appreciate everything you do. And then I'll just put up what, you can see all the stuff there where we stream the stuff. I'm not going to go into it. I say it enough, but make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Stop what you're doing right now. Give us a thumbs up. Come on. You want to do it. Just hit the damn thumbs up. Just hit it. Do it. But we really appreciate it. It helps with monetization, things of that nature. It gets our video out there to more people. So if you want to help us with that, you can. Simple little stuff like that makes it worth it. So what we are going to do is we're going to, everybody copy and paste what Finity just did. I'm going to give a countdown that we're all going to jump to Urza String, which is linked in Finity's description or in the chat there. And then we're going to all go in there. So I'm going to do a countdown from 5, and then we're going to jump over there. But thank you guys for joining us for tonight. Let's go troll Urz. I think that's the best thing to do. I'm getting ready to go do it after I shut down the stream. So with that, we're going to do that. So everybody copy what we're going to put in there, and then we're going to go back in there and listen to it, and we're going to have a fun time. So with that, we wish you a fond farewell. We'll see you tomorrow for some more lunch stream, and I'm going to go GAC. It's time for Kyber, because life is Kyber, and Kyber is life. And we're going to do it tomorrow. So with that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys so much for being here. Here we go with the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.